Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Hi, TS. Hi, Euro. Good to see you both. I hope your weekend is going well so far. I don't know why, but it feels extra long since we last streamed. I mean, we've done the normal stream schedule Monday and Saturday, so realistically, there's no difference there. But for some reason, it just feels extra long this week. I think it's because I've just had a hell of a week. There's no other way to describe it. Work has just been... There's no words to describe what work has been like lately. It has been challenging. So you could say it's felt like what's the meme of the old lady from the Titanic? It's been 72 years or something. That's how long it feels since our last stream. So to say that I'm excited to be here with you guys today and relax and unwind, 84 years, that's the meme, and just not think about anything outside of this room and outside of this chat and outside of this video game. I'm incredibly excited, so thank you guys for being here. This is one of those days when I just really need this stream, so I appreciate you guys being here to hang out with me. Of course, we're going to be playing some more Avowed today. We're just over 30 hours into Avowed, which, speaking with Euro, who's already beaten the game, we seem to be past the halfway point. On this trajectory, I'm thinking it's probably going to take us about 50 hours to finish Avowed, so if you're wondering where we're at, I think we're just over halfway. Obviously not in a rush. This is a game that I have enjoyed every second of, just exploring this huge open world, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're still in the Shatterscarp region, which is the deserty region. We've only explored maybe a third of it. That's actually what we were doing last Saturday when we ended. We were out in the desert just wandering around, doing quests, finding interesting little things, and that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm sure at some point we'll continue along with the main quest as well, but there's going to be a lot of just world exploration and side quests today. So very excited to hop back in. In terms of the main story, our next objective is to go to the Godless Ruins with our new fluffy little friend. Her name is eluding me right now, but anyway, that's what our next main story objective is, and we'll get into that later. Euro says, yeah, I'd ballpark 50%-ish. Cool. Not that I'm in any rush. At this point, I could play Avowed every Saturday for the rest of the year, and I think I'd be happy. This game has just impressed me in so many ways. I was very excited for it, but you know how new games are nowadays. It feels like more often than not, you're disappointed in these games that you've been really looking forward to. And in response, I've really tried my best over the past little while to temper my expectations, because there's nothing worse than when you're really looking forward to something, you overhype it in your mind, and then you just feel let down. The game that really did that for me was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I remember how excited I was for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I dragged Alana to the midnight release. I think she hated every second of it. It was me, her, and hundreds of other nerds standing in line for a copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I was so excited. I took the next day off work. I stayed home. I played it all day. Alana came home from work and she was like, how was it? And I had to be like, eh. And ever since then, I've done my best to temper my expectations with new launches. Obviously, that's not always successful. Sometimes you get overhyped, even though you know you shouldn't have. All of this long-winded backstory is to say that Avowed has lived up to every expectation that I had for it, and in fact exceeds it in some ways. This is one of the best fantasy RPGs that I've played in a long time, and I'm just... That was a 2-minute rant of how much I love Avowed, okay? TS says, I almost got Avowed from the Steam sale, but was swayed by the fact that I'm still somehow spoiler-free for Baldur's Gate 3. So I got Baldur's Gate 3 words, and Ghost of Tsushima, and paid a grand total of €8 for them, thanks to all those CS cases I brought up a while back. Wow, okay. As much as I'm sad you didn't get Avowed, picking up Baldur's Gate 3 and Ghost of Tsushima incredible games. I mean, I love Baldur's Gate 3, and then you know how much I love Ghost of Tsushima. I love, love, love. So I really hope you enjoy those games. I think those are great selections. And by the time the next Steam sale rolls around, I'm sure Avowed may be even on a deeper discount, you know? So I think you made the right decision there, TS, and I hope you enjoy your new games. Hey, Death. Hey, Meerkat. How are you guys? Happy Saturday. Hero says, LOL, I just finished watching your new Suikoden episode, so you forgetting the names of your furry friends is becoming a trend. See, and that's the issue right now, is I've got a few different irons in the fire, right? I'm currently playing Suikoden over on YouTube, and we just started another Let's Play series over on YouTube, Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I've got those two games that I'm juggling. Then we're playing Avowed on stream, and then in my free time, I'm playing Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza, and Hawaii. So it's like I'm trying to keep the names of all these characters straight, and you could say I'm having a tough time of it. I'll be the first to admit I'm not good with names. I'm really good, like in real life, I'm really good with faces. I'm terrible with names. So combine that with the fact that I'm trying to keep names of various characters across various games straight, and you could say I'm failing epically. Hey MK, how are you? Happy Saturday. Tiff, I have one complaint. Uh-oh. Am I taking complaints at this time? I feel like no, but sure, we can hear it. I don't see a muffin anywhere. There is no muffin here right now, but I'm sure she will stop by at some point. The thing about Muffin is she likes to act like she's not codependent. She likes to pretend that, like, oh, I don't need mom. Mom's in talking to the computer screen again. I don't need her. But the reality is, give it an hour, give it 2 hours, give it 3 hours, and she runs in here like, Mom, please pet me. It's been forever. So don't you worry. Wait and you will see. I'm sure Muffin will be here before long. Heroes, the same here. Faces, easy. The names attached to those faces, that's a crapshoot. Yeah, I agree completely, Heroes. So hey, we're all just doing our best here, right? Well, I guess we'll load up Avowed here, because it feels like every time I load up Avowed, it has some new, like, shaders to install. So why don't we get ahead of that, and then we can obviously chat while that's happening. How's everybody's week been? Last time I saw most of you guys was on Monday for mine and Rory's first co-op stream in quite some time. We started Split Fiction on Monday, and it was an absolute blast. But it has been a full week. What's going on with you guys? I hope your weeks were better than mine. I touched on this earlier, but work was just, the week from hell. I am so excited that it is the weekend. Yeah, very, very excited to be here. No new updates from me, because all I've done is work over the past week, but happy to be here. I hope your guys' week has been good and your weekend is going well so far. TS says, I feel like we're slowly easing into spring over here. Hell yeah, that's good news. Yeah, I mean, that is something I've been trying to hang my hat on, is that in terms of the calendar or the astronomical cycle, or however you want to define it, it is officially spring now, which is good. We survived winter. I mean, no doubt we're in for a second or third winter in terms of weather at some point, but I will absolutely take the fact that we are officially in spring, and hopefully that means it's only up from here. I best knock on wood though, or we'll get a snow dump again. Exactly. You say it, you enjoy the few days of spring you get, but you never know. Winter might be just around the corner. Oh, Meerkat, thank you for the hug. The first Meerkat gives Tallara a big warm hug. Oh, that's so nice. I needed that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we are getting attacked by a Zorip stalker. Let's deal with that quickly.
Never had a chance.
Meerkat's brain has been on low power mode for about a week.
Who's next? Anyone?
Honestly, I feel like that's what I need in my life right now. I need a week of low power mode. So I'm a little envious of that. MK says, I'm always amazed by how much the sun does. South-facing houses here, no snow on the lawn. North-facing houses, 2 feet still. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, obviously you think about it, yes, of course, this giant fireball in the sky is going to have some effect. But it really does affect things more than you would imagine. I totally agree. It's the same here. Like, for the most part, we don't have any snow except in these various places that don't get much sunlight. They're still, you know, quite packed with snow, so it is funny how much of a difference that big old ball of fire in the sky makes, you know? Euro says, it was a decent week for me. Work was actually acceptable. Excellent! We love it when work is acceptable. Big round of applause for acceptable work weeks. We love that. And you're currently playing Suikoden. Awesome. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys have been following along over on the YouTube channel, I've been checking out Suikoden for the first time. They actually re-released Suikoden 1 and 2 in a HD remastered collection, like they're doing for a lot of older games. And Suikoden is a game series I've never played before, but it's one that I've always heard people say that they loved. You know, it was one of the games that they played so much of in their childhood or what have you, and I just never got around to playing them. And I'm finally checking out Suikoden for the first time. And I'm glad I did. It is fantastic. I am loving every second of Suikoden so far. I'm also so impressed because the original Suikoden came out in 1995, so 1 year after I was born. And if you told me it was like a modern day indie JRPG, I would believe you. It feels way ahead of its time. It has so many different interesting mechanics that you wouldn't really expect from a JRPG in the 90s. And yeah, TLDRs, I'm just having a great time. And the best part is everyone keeps telling me that Suikoden 2 is better than Suikoden 1. And I'm loving Suikoden 1, so the thought that it only gets better from here is I'm pretty excited about it. Mirgat says, my brain is slow, but life isn't. Oh no, I figured you were having slow brain, slow life kind of week, but no. Okay, that's tough. That is tough. I feel for you there, Meerkat. It is hard when your brain's working at one speed and your body's working at another, or vice versa. TS says, the balcony renovations are in full swing too. They reached my balcony today and made a racket of it for a bit. Excellent. Happy Saturday, right? The notice said they'd only be working on weekdays, so God knows why they were out there on a Saturday, but I hope that means they'll be done ahead of schedule. You'd have to hope, right? Fingers crossed that it's a good thing. I've just been wandering here. How about we take a quick look at where we're at? So I'm just exploring the eastern side of Shatterscarp. We've got a few side quests over here, and 2 of them are actually coming up. So we'll check them out. We've got Heart of Valor here that asks us to go to the Sand Sea Ruins. Let's read more about that. Oh, this is the mapping the living... No, sorry. Yeah, we did the mapping the living lands quest last day. We got the notes that we can return to Sansa at some point. Heart of Valor's over here. Someone named Chico asked us to meet their elderly uncle, Kaipo, a Shatterscarp legend who slew a fearsome Leviathan. Chico believes Kaipo has been feeling his age. Talking to a fellow adventurer could be just the thing he needs. We spoke to Kaipo, and he asked us to find his prized possession, the heart of the Leviathan. He has hidden it in the Sandsea ruins to the east of Shatterscarp. Right. I remember that now. So we're getting close to the Sandsea ruins, so let's see if we can find old Kaipo's legendary treasure. I said before, I don't really understand if you found this thing that you value so much and you love and you want to see it before you die. I get, like, wanting to make sure it isn't stolen, like, you know, doing your best to incorporate security measures so you don't lose it. But hiding it out in the middle of the desert where you can't even access it or find it, like, what's even the point? Is it even yours anymore? I don't know. I suppose it's kind of like pirates burying their treasure, but I just don't get the logic. But hey, I'm also not a pirate, and maybe that's the issue. But alright, here are the Sandsea ruins, which are clearly some sort of godless ruins. And somewhere in here, Kaipo has hidden the Leviathan's heart. What surprises me more is the fact that this isn't an escort mission. Yeah, old Kaipo allowed us to just come out here. I think he thinks his time is basically up, which is why he sent us on this quest in the first place, to find his treasure, because he kind of wants to see it one last time before, you know, he dies. So I think the understanding was that Kaipo isn't up to making this journey, but Yeah, kind of surprised he didn't at least ask to come with us, but I'm fine, you know? As long as I'm not forced into any escort quests, I'm a happy gal. Alright, wait a minute. Who are you?
Just one measly dungeon, how bad can it be?
Who are you guys?
No, Dario, I'm not doing this.
This is your fault. You went soft on that merchant. Barely nicked him. Reckon he lived and ratted us out to the constable. So we're gonna lay low in these ruins and sit on our haul. Who knows? Maybe we'll find treasures inside that'll make us rich.
Rich? You're gonna kill us all. Wow's eyes. Who are you?
I'm just passing by.
We'll keep moving. No one wants you here.
Well, jeez.
I
Wasn't
knew I
very
shouldn't have listened to
friendly.
you. First you said we should come to the Living Lands, and I went with you.
Stealing from that merchant was your idea, though. And credit where credit is due. It was a solid one.
Now you want me to break into some dungeon full of traps? I've had it.
Kuta, bow. If it bothered you that much, you should have said so.
So, you're the bandits the constable wants dead. Well, no, that leads me into an attack. Let's go into number 3. Are you two done? You know, you can surrender peacefully and no one gets hurt, seeing as you have literally admitted to all your crimes here.
Told you we should have gone into the ruins instead. I told you it'd be simpler. Now look what happened. Shut up and draw your blade already. We can argue after we kill this sanctimonious little shit.
My god, Dario's not a very, very nice guy, is he? This guy frickin' sucks. And the worst part is I feel like he's dragging poor Coda into it. I feel like Coda wants nothing to do with fighting us right now, but guess what? He's fighting us because Dario said so.
Hold on.
Now, I'll give it up to Dario and Coda. They are putting up a hell of a fight. Yeah, I don't think we've actually done a single escort mission in this entire game, and honestly, it feels like back in, I don't know, the early 2010s, it felt like escort missions were in every single video game, and it was just universally accepted that everyone hated escort missions, and it was unclear why developers kept putting them into games. But I guess gamers put up enough of a stink. It just feels like escort missions aren't as present in modern day games as they used to be, which I'm not mad about. Escort missions are usually extremely annoying, and no one ever really liked them, so. Okay, I didn't realize that Coda and Dario were actually two of the people we had a bounty on, so killing them was actually killing two birds with one stone, because we were sent out here to track down their bounty, so. There you have it, bounty complete, easy peasy. And now we can look for the Leviathan heart. Looks like there's, yep, Zorips in the ruins. Zorips love making their home at godless ruins, don't they?
Quiet as a soul.
This is not the first time we've been exploring godless ruins and have found a full Zorip colony has made itself at home. It's hard to get the NPCs to not act like bumbling idiots during the escort. Well, that's the issue. And oftentimes, the NPCs would do something dumb, get themselves killed, and then you would fail the escort mission when there was nothing more frustrating. It literally felt like a babysitting mission. Okay, I think I actually got around most of the Zorips. It looks like, by this quest marker, the Leviathan heart is like underneath these ruins though, so I'm not quite sure how we access that. Oh, I might have the answer to my question. This is it, okay. We just need to descend into this hole without breaking all of our limbs. Yeah. Okay, that's one. We'll go this way. Ah, yes, here we go. Okay. Cool. Someone else tried to come in here and didn't make it out. We can unbar the door for an easy exit later. First, let's go get that Leviathan heart. So remember, do you remember in the city of Thirdborn, as soon as you walk in, there was that giant skeleton of this huge sea monster? That was the Leviathan that apparently this guy killed. What we're looking for is its heart. So that's how that all ties together. Alright, we're in a full-ass dungeon here, which is kind of cool. Ooh, and I have unspent ability points. Okay, hang on here. Let's check these out. Ah yes, the moment of truth, when I must choose between all of these amazing abilities, what I put my points into. Alright, I think we should upgrade Crackling Bolt, because I just used it in battle and it didn't feel that effective. I think it needs a boost in power. So if we get Crackling Bolt rank 2, it allows the ability to bounce between enemies and the environment 6 times instead of 3, so that should help it out. 6 bounces sounds great. Yeah, exactly, TS. We've got a note here. Danger, do not pull this lever under any circumstances. Oh god!
You're one of those people who takes requests, not orders, aren't you?
Look, they say curiosity killed the cat, and it's probably gonna kill me someday, but until that day, I stay curious. How could I have just ignored the big lever? Was the warning right? Absolutely. Did I have to pull it? Yes. No regrets. Oh my god, I actually got an achievement for doing that. It said ignore the warning sign and pull the lever. And I got an achievement. So you know what? No regrets. That's hilarious. Alright. What about this lever? Pull the lever, Kronk! Wrong lever!
I should have known he couldn't sit still.
Keep your eyes open. I have butterflies in my stomach. And that's never a good sign.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I've already activated one trap that almost killed me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Wow, these godless ruins go deep underground.
No way forward from here.
You should stop eating caterpillars, Giada. That would probably help with the butterflies in her tummy, yeah. Okay, this is pretty cool. Ooh, there we go. Now, am I gonna have to be a gymnast and platform across those? Oh, we'll find out in a second. We've got company.
What am I hitting? Give me a second.
Ah! Holy moly! That was a lot of skeletons. Guess they were all just hanging out in here, and as soon as I activated those traps, they ran out to see what all the noise was about. Nice. Alright, well, let's see what they were guarding in there, shall we?
Just getting warmed up.
Bandit's Journal. Rumor has it some old man in Thirdborn has a bunch of treasure in an old godless ruin. Me and the lads are gonna go find it. Damn, the old man has a lot of traps in here. Can't find the treasure, though. Where's it supposed to be, anyway? Mata swears he just heard a bear. I told him he's full of it. Bears don't live in the desert. Everyone knows that. Still, if he did hear something, we'd better be careful. I don't like the look of these rooms.
Bandits, probably. Bet they had no idea what to expect.
Bandits, indeed. Now, As much as I would agree with the initial assertion that bears do not live in the desert or in caves, we've seen enough bears in this playthrough to make me think, yeah, there could be one in here. God knows bears are the scourge of the living lands. And now, I guess I've got to practice my best acrobatics if we want to get across here. This is gonna be tough. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Whew! Maybe if adventuring doesn't work out, we can join the circus. I don't know about you guys, but I think that was pretty impressive. Alright.
This has to be a joke, right? No treasure is worth this much trouble.
Yeah, looks like a lot of people have died trying to get through these traps. Let's see if there's any way to turn them off. Hey, Lise! Oh my god, thanks! Yes, we've got face cam up today. Yeah, bears are to the living lands what rats are to New York. Abundant and ever-present. Okay, there's gotta be a way to turn off the giant saws, right? Let's see. Or go around the giant saws? That could work too. Give me that loot! Alright. Yeah, this might have gotten us around. We do got lots of skells here, though. Uh-oh. The water's electrocuted. Holy crap, there's so many of them! I shouldn't jump down here. Put some distance between me and these skells. I need you here. Ah! This is crazy. Hang on, I gotta have a quick snack. Quick snack, quick snack. Stew with spiced beetle sausage. Holy moly. This is a lot. These skeletons are really powerful. And there's a lot of them. Just trying to keep moving so they don't corner me. We got 2 down here, 3 down here, 4 down here. Holy moly. Okay. Some frost. Got that one. Got those 2. Is that it? Whew. That was tough. Alright, let's see what we got here. Now this, aha, yes, okay, fantastic. This actually did get us to the other side of the saws. The issue is, though, is as you can see, there's treasure. And do I want the treasure? Of course I want the treasure, but am I cognizant of the tripwires and the saws? Of course I am. Okay, woo! Woo! Oh man! So much acrobatics to start.
And then there's...
Okay, we're good. We're good. We got the treasure, we avoided the worst of the traps. And, I got a little rush of adrenaline there from jumping over those saws, honestly. You're just playing Hades right now. Awesome. Sounds like a good Saturday afternoon. I never knew goblins could be so acrobatic. What can I say? I'm a loot goblin who's quick on her feet. Alright. Now, let's make sure we don't miss any treasure around here. We've got a locked lockbox. Full of lots of upgrade materials. We got treasure in here. I'm worried. Is that a pressure plate, do you think? It kind of looks like one. Ugh. Okay, I was worried that if I stepped on that, these things were going to squish me, and that might have been what was going to happen, so... Looks like we avoided that. Get all our loot. Hey Sharp, howdy! Happy Saturday! How are you doing today? Welcome to a cozy RPG Saturday afternoon with some more Avowed. We're currently delving through a booby-trapped cave in search of treasure. And it looks like this guy didn't have as much success as we're having. He did have some notes on his body, though. The first unfaded entry reads, "Took 2 weeks to even get here from Paradise. Sure enough, the locals say he left about 2 weeks ago. No one's that quick. Wodka take him. I've hunted him halfway to the white that wends and back. He has to turn up somewhere. Even he can't survive out in the desert alone." So this is a bounty hunter. Interesting. A second legible entry reads, "Found signs of life in some ruins. Park Runen, old, full of traps. Not his style. Back to the search." Whose style is it, though? What kind of madman lays traps in a tomb? Keeps me out of the sun for now, but I'll have to watch my step. Several pages later, the last entry reads, "Damn it all. Knew I cursed it by writing about it. Caught my leg in a trap when I went looking for firewood. I'm not bleeding out in some shithole for a two-skite highwayman. No bounty's worth that. Leaving the supplies. Gotta get back to Thirdborn tonight." Unfortunately, I don't think he made it back to Thirdborn. And I guess whatever bounty he was tracking also got away. That's too bad. Hey Kev, how are you? Happy Saturday. It's so good to see everyone today. Thank you all for stopping by. I was saying earlier, I've had a week at work, and so as excited as I am to be here every Saturday playing video games with you, today is an extra special Saturday. I'm extra excited to be here today to have a cozy, relaxing time with everyone and just play some video games. So I hope you guys are doing well, and again, thanks for being here. Now, I did see a treasure. I thought I saw treasure when I was coming up here. Hang on. Getting all turned around. This place is just so big, and there's a lot of verticality to it that I'm like, whoa. Okay, what do we have here? Some sort of old, like, workshop, maybe? It's so dark in here. Aha! There's a secret passage if we go underwater, though. Whoa! And what have we here? A dirty brown key. I don't know what it is, but you'd have to think it was important. Now I'm extra glad I took the time to go back down and explore. At least the chests aren't rigged like they sometimes were in Skyrim. Yeah, and at least there's no, like, mimics that jump out at us like there would be in D&D or something like that. So far, the chests have been safe, which I appreciate. Because it would just be cruel for them to booby-trap my loot. Dirty brown how? Wow, I gotta be honest, yes? For some reason that didn't even cross my mind when I picked up the key, but you're right. How or why is the key dirty brown? Huh. We're just gonna assume rust and think no further about it, okay? Thanks. Alright, back up, I guess. So we've got two different ways to go here. We can go that way, but I want to go this way first. Let's see. Keep on climbing, keep on showing off those acrobatics. Oh, what do we have here? Warning. Note to self, find a way to turn off flames. Steer clear until you figure it out. Should I actually listen to the warning this time? Oh, this is what the dirty brown key unlocks. But there's the flames. Okay. There's a lot of meat in here, and it is kith meat, which means that's people meat. Oh, yeah, I can see why it's people meat, because there's the head. And the hand. Alana is looking at me very disturbed right now. Okay. We'll get through these flames. Go, 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 go! Woo! Yeah, that's your own fault, Giada. You gotta time it better. Ugh. Okay. You found the meat and the rest of the people, yep. Why are you collecting the meat? Because I'm a loot goblin. I don't discriminate. If it's loot, I collect it. Now, where did this bring us? Got a winch here. Oh, and there was a bear in here. That person wasn't crazy after all. I believe the term is long pork. It apparently gives a buff. We don't look beyond that. Numbers go brrr. I cannot believe that there actually was an elder grizzly bear in here. And yet at the same time, I can believe it because of course there is. Bears are everywhere. Alright.
Got better aim than a sharpshooter, Giada.
Now, what do we have in here? We got potions. We got a unique amulet. Aha!
Yes. I never thought I'd see it in the flesh.
For some reason, I thought maybe Heart of the Leviathan was like... It wasn't a literal description. You know what I mean? I thought he was kind of fucking with us, that he killed that giant Leviathan, and I thought Heart of the Leviathan was maybe like a fancy ring or an amulet. But no, this is straight up an anatomical heart, very large, presumably from a Leviathan. Okay.
Huh. Maybe he figured if we made it this far, we'd earned it.
See ya, Elise. Maybe it's just a rock? Maybe. Let's see. This petrified heart has shrunk in the years since the Leviathan is slain. Oh. On its surface is an ominous, powdery residue. Can you make cocaine out of Leviathan hearts in this universe? Well, there you have it. We got what we came for. You did spy a pipe going from the table to somewhere? Here? Oh, yeah. That's right. Well, and the heart was clearly on some sort of pressure plate. The pipe goes all the way out here. Aha! Who is that? I guess this door doesn't open until you take the Leviathan heart, but... Who are you?
Thank Aethys. I thought you'd never come out of there. I've been waiting for ages.
You followed me all this way? Oh, this is his nephew, Kaipo's nephew.
Uncle Capo taught me a thing or two about how
Capo.
to survive. It's why he's always so... No, I can't get distracted. This is too important. Listen to me. I came to find you as soon as I heard what my uncle asked you to do. I just wanted you to meet him, not go on one of his stupid escapades.
Is this about the traps or something else I found inside?
What do you think? You have to put the heart back. Or take it away. Whatever you do, don't give it to him.
What? What? It's just a fossilized heart. It clearly means a lot to him.
No, it's not. Apparently, if you grind a fossilized Leviathan heart and mix it with wine, it becomes a poison. I found his notes on it. I think that's what he wants it for.
I don't understand. Why would he want to do that?
I don't know. But he's been more and more upset lately. I'm afraid he believes he's so sick. He has no other choice. He's been a hero for so long. I don't think he can imagine a life in bed. You've got to put a stop to it. Any way you know how.
The wolf eats the hemlock. What suffering could be so great?
If he's sick, do you think it's the Dreamscourge? And TS says we did uncover signs of him having the Dreamscourge. Exactly.
It couldn't be. It wouldn't be. He's not soulless or mindless. Not like those people at the gates. He's still himself. Whatever it is, It can't be worth dying for.
I mean, this is very tricky, right? It's like, if he does have the Dreamscourge, right now there's no cure for the Dreamscourge. It is a very terrible disease that just takes over your mind and body until you're nothing but an aggressive husk. So wanting to go out on your own terms if you know you have the Dreamscourge is, like, it's understandable. Like, just like TS said, I agree with it. At the same time, if he wanted to end his life, you'd think there would have been some way easier than sending me to come into ruins and navigate all these traps and defeat all these monsters just to find this Leviathan heart. You know, like, this seems like a very convoluted way to do what he wants to do, which is interesting. I mean, I'm just going to say we can't make any decisions until we talk to him. I'm not going to say anything either way. I do want to talk to him about it. Meerkat says, depending on our lack of morality, we could keep him alive for study.
Then we've got to go back. Right now. I'll go find the Tiranui. He'll know what to do. If you can talk any sense into him. Just hurry. I'll be there when I can.
I don't think you need to involve the Tiranui in this. Like, I don't know. This is a very personal decision. If you know you have a terminal illness and you want to go out on your own terms, it's your decision. It's your right to do that. It's no one else's right. He's not harming anyone. This isn't a decision he's making just, you know, on a whim. It's not an emotional decision. Making the decision to end your own life when you have a critical illness, I think, is something that should be respected. But that's getting pretty deep, I know. I don't think you need to bring the local law enforcement society into it or anything. Look, we'll sort this out together.
I hope so. I'll see you soon.
Okay, well, this certainly got a bit trickier than I originally thought. I didn't think we'd be debating the benefits of medically assisted dying.
It looks this good.
But here we are. Before we leave, though, I wanted to see what else was in this cave that the bear was in. That's a big hole. That's what she said. One of these buttons is meant to open the door to treasure, but I forgot which one. The other activates a flame trap. I hope you pick the right one. I guess that means I picked the one on the right? No, the one on the right was the flame trap. Fuck you, Note.
Tricky.
Ow. Well, anyway. Ow! Oh, I'm gonna die! There's more flame traps! This place sucks. I just wanted to get my treasure. Ugh. Okay. We're alive. For now. Alright, that's just bringing us back around. Okay, I think we have everything in here now. Raw rusk snout meat? Sure, why not? Said earlier, we don't discriminate when it comes to loot. Oh, more loot. Nice. Alright, well, I think we got what we came here for. We got all the treasure, got a few burns, got the Leviathan heart. Now let's get out of here. We also took down the bounty that was over this way, so before we actually go back to Thirdborn, I want to finish up the quest that we have out here in the desert. So let's take another look at our map. So we're done everything over here. Everything else that we want to investigate is more to the north. We've got there, there, there. And we loop back around to the mines. So it'll be a minute till we get back to Thirdborn. I want to go up here first. So this quest is Battle Scars. That's the companion quest. So Kai is searching for closure after the passing of Tama, his old friend and mentor. Apparently, Tama lost his badge in battle in the Shark's Teeth, and Kai wants to retrieve it. So we're relatively nearby. We'll go take a look for that. Can't read those words, but I can understand what that says. More bears? Interesting.
Not saying a word.
This is the Zorip camp. Honestly, I think we can just leave them be. No need to ruin their day. They're just out here living their lives, doing their Zorip thing. Who am I to ruin a good thing? As long as they're not bothering anyone, we're all good. So we'll give the Zorips a wide berth. Just let them do their thing. Oh, we got Dream Thralls over there. They haven't seen me yet. The sign says Zorip rule, Kith drool. The best part is I could see it. Alright, we got a fast travel beacon which is nice. This is the Shark's Mouth, and it's very interesting. The foliage over here. Oh, we've got someone.
Traveler. Haven't seen you around here.
Hello.
Welcome to Shatterscar. Or, welcome to Shark's Teeth, anyway. Damn. I didn't think you'd actually talk to someone like me.
What is that supposed to mean? You're the one who called me over.
Oh, well, I hope I'm not imposing on you. Listen, I've got to take some supplies to that tower up the road. They're for Kotoa and Hayako. Have you heard of them?
Never heard of them, but we meet a lot of people, and I'm not good with names.
Me and you both,
They've
Giada.
probably killed more Dream Thralls than the rest of us combined. Well, they said, why shoot one when you could take out a dozen instead?
Okay, killing Dream Thralls at scale? How do they pull that off?
That's what I'd like to know. These supplies will go a long way, if I can ever get them up there. This is my third trip today, and whew, it's a lot of stairs.
Honestly, I didn't expect to meet anyone out here. I didn't realize there was some sort of, like, guard outpost. They're a long way from civilization. They probably need these supplies. Subtle, dude. I think I understand what you're trying to ask of me.
I know, sorry. Fighting Dream Thralls kind of wears down your pride. Kotoa and Hayako will make it worth your time.
Hey, Rector, how are you? Happy Saturday.
Keep going through the teeth. The tower is just over the ridge. You can't miss it.
Okay, well, luckily for you, we're going that way anywho, so we'll see if we can find the soldiers that are
I used to patrol
in the
out
old
here.
ruins.
Swore I'd never come back. Tama lost his badge near here.
And we'll keep an eye out for it. Wow, yeah, we do have Pargrunin ruins. So remember, Pargrunin are the name of the dwarves in this universe. So these are not godless ruins. These are ancient dwarven ruins. And you can see the architecture is very different from what we're used to seeing out of the godless ruins. This is pretty cool. And also looks like a very defensible position. So if Thirdborn did want to make some sort of base out here, I can see why they chose this area. This looks like a good spot. I mean, other than all the arisen skeletons, but, you know. I'm doing good, thanks for asking, Rector. Happy to be here playing some more Avowed with all of you on this lovely Saturday afternoon. Oh, careful, that guy's gonna blow up. I love how Kai and Giata did absolutely nothing to avoid his explosion radius. All good, guys. Okay, there's a lot of undead out here.
That's one for us.
Ooh, grenades. By the looks of all this, like, growth, I mean, this stuff, a lot of this stuff is not natural for a desert. It makes me wonder, is there a lot of Dreamscourge out here? There's a Pargrun cache that we can't open. My favorite local wildlife. I love how they're everywhere in the Living Lands. Middle of the desert. They're here. There's so many of them. I guess they love all these like berries and flowers and stuff. Get it, little guys. Live your best lemur life. I love that for you. Okay, this place is freaking huge. More arisen skeletons down here. Holy moly. I see what Bud back there meant about stairs, because there is a lot of them. Hard-Rune Cache. Where there's a cache, there's bound to be cash, says the Loot Goblin Creed. Exactly. Oh, guy over there is attacking us. Take him out, then I want to explore the cache. Yeah, so I don't think my electricity spell is that effective unless there's multiple enemies for it to bounce off of. Is what I'm learning. Okay. Skeletons dealt with. Let's go inside the cache. This place is cool looking. Very different than the kinds of places we normally explore. I like it. Wonder how long ago there were dwarves in here. Of course, the elevator's out of commission, so we're gonna have to take the stairs. Hey, at least we'll get our steps in for today. And along the way, we might find loot. Now, let's navigate down here without breaking our legs, shall we? Ugh. Okay, whoa. Yeah, there's a lot of glowing mushrooms down here. It makes me think anything we find down here might have the Dreamscourge. I bet Marius would have additional dialogue if he was here with you. Yeah, that's a good point. The fuck is that? Oh! It's some of those rocks. Hey Beast, how are ya? Happy Saturday. Oh no! He broke into a bunch of little ones. Oh, and there's... what is that? Some sort of ghost? A shade. Two of them. They are resistant to ice. Of course they are. Yeah, Alana owned me good, and then immediately once I was like, I'm putting that in Discord, she was like, no, wait! I don't want to get canceled. They're gonna think I was mean. Make sure they you tell them that I said I called you a bitch lovingly. And I was like, don't worry, I'll add the context for you. I was like, you don't need to worry. I'm pretty sure everyone's automatically on your side anyway, so it's all good. But yes, verbally obliterated is a good way to describe it. Storeroom notice. Any laborer needing access to the storeroom must request it through official channels. We can't have anyone coming and going with necessary supplies, few as they are. Seek out the foreman on duty. Their office is on the 3rd floor. Well, I have a feeling they're probably no longer in their office, but perhaps there's some sort of lever or something. Speaking of levers, this opens the little gate that we saw before. So now we've got to go back up to the 3rd floor, and I guess the lift doesn't work anymore? No, wait. I spoke too soon. It does work. Okay, that's cool. Now, the question is... which floor is the 3rd floor? I feel like it's probably this one right here. It's hard when, you know, everything's sort of broken apart. You can't really differentiate the various floors. Feels like we gotta go up there, maybe. Okay. I hope my legs don't break! I mean, they did a little bit, but it's fine. Let's see, let's try going this way. Have you ever had a spicy bean boozle? No, and I veto. I veto that immediately. This is the last Warden's Log, a weather-beaten journal so faded by time and sun, it is near impossible to read most of the pages. Some of it remains legible. Isn't it an honor? This is a damn punishment. Desert's no place for the Pargrunan. Something keeps baying in the sands at night. Not enough water, not enough food either. Thirdborn isn't interested in trading either. Nandru, save us. This isn't going to end well. Going home, never leaving Solace again. Mahala was right. Outside's not worth a damn. So looks like the poor dwarves who were stationed here weren't exactly happy about it. And hey, it makes sense. Not often do you put dwarves and desert together. Doesn't seem like those two things sort of go together. But it looks like this place might not have been abandoned that long ago. Like, I'm sure it was probably a couple of 100 years ago, but not a couple of thousand. Okay, and this must be the office that we were looking for. Oh, there's a lot of levers. Foreman's note. Solace Keep sent word for us to abandon our work, but it feels sacrilegious now to do so. After so many deaths, so much time spent building this place, we can't stop here. If anyone wants to clear out, it's on them. The storeroom key needs to be kept available for anyone who needs it. Remember, 1 mountain, 2 valleys, and another mountain.
Mountains, valleys, perhaps a code of some kind?
Definitely. Here's the foreman's storage controls. The foreman on duty will operate this winch at their discretion. Unauthorized use will not be tolerated. Yeah, so we need to figure out which one's mountain, which one's valley, etc. Let's see if there's any other notes around here. Otherwise, we might just start pulling at random. Oh, no, here's another book. Maxims of the Pargrunan 4. In older lands it was said, tend to the mad as thy would be tended, for the mad do not know their madness. Cure the mad as thy would be cured, for the mad may yet be saved. Now it is written in blood, suffer not the mad. Shut your ears to their speech, shut your doors to their rest, cast them out. The taste of the blood is, madness brings the chaos without to the living within. Damn. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to, trial and error this shit. Let's see. Is this doing anything? Oh, wait, I think I get it. Mountain would be up. Valley would be down. So 1 mountain, 2 valleys, and another mountain. So I think it means this. Mountain, valley, valley. Excuse me. Mountain.
Be honest. Did you figure it out, or was that a lucky guess?
I figured it out, Kai. Come on. You gotta give me more credit than that. Alright, we got treasure. Torn parchment. A deliberately torn scrap of parchment. On it is written a terse message. Enough with the secret doors and hidden buttons, Marat. We're building an outpost. We're not building a puzzle for children to explore. I know I should not have broken into your personal cache, but you've been ignoring my messages. I had no choice. Yours in irritation. Oh, wow. That is the perfect email sign-off. I will be stealing that and using it in future correspondence at work. I will be using yours in irritation. That's fantastic. That's the best sign-off ever. Now, we got a little hidden area here with an ornate Pargrun key and a lockbox. Ornate Pargrun key. I don't see it in my quest items. Where did it go? Bedroom key? Oh, here it is. Ornate Pargrune key. A strange ornate key that appears of Pargrune design, found in the Shrek's teeth. Okay, there's nothing really to be gleaned from investigation of it, but I'm sure it'll open something somewhere. Now, let's see if activating those levers open this door down below. Oh, and wait. Can I use this? What does this do?
Sounds like a gate has opened.
Nice. That must be the one down below here. Yeah. Oh yeah. So much loot. I love it. Ooh, we've got a unique heavy armor called Scald's Brigandine, Corrupted Audra, and a letter. A sheaf of hastily written letters, most scrawled out or smeared by water stains. Only remains legible. Only remains legible? Only one remains legible, I think is what that's supposed to say. There's something in that desert. I thought it was my imagination at first. I told the rest of them before they left, but everyone laughed. They said, Abrasha, the heat's driving you mad. But last night something came to the door of the bloody fortress. I saw the scratch marks. I saw its prints. It's hunting me. It knows I'm alone. I managed to hide from it, but I know it's coming back for me. I need to find somewhere better. Marat built a secret room for emergencies. Maybe that might be what I need. P.S. Marat, if you read this, understand I still find it ridiculous. A secret room for emergencies, huh? Well, we're certainly gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Is that all that was back here? Another good work email sign-off I just thought of, begrudgingly, Tiff. That is another good one. Yes, I like that as well. There's a Dwarven panic room. Neat, right? To keep an eye out for that. I think a lot of people have been spooked by the bears in the desert, which, like, I get it. I would probably be spooked if I saw a giant grizzly in the desert as well, but this is the second time that we've read a note talking about how they've heard of bear-like creatures around. Now, looks like Tama's badge should be around here somewhere. There's someone named Captain Tago. Is he one of our bounty targets? Yes, Captain Tago is a bounty target of ours. Now, these guys are very strong. But guess what? So are we. Let's do this thing. Time to take down Captain Tago and his lackeys. Okay. Ow. Ow. Okay, we've almost got all the lackeys down, then we can focus on Tago. There was a priest there who kept healing him, so we weren't getting any headway. This beetle came out of nowhere. Who invited you to the party? Okay, now, anyone else? Just us and Tago. Nope, there's another beetle. Oh, there's a shit ton of reinforcements. Okay, great. Fucking great. The Chanter is the one who's summoning them all. Necking potions like they're Sambuca shots. I know, at this point, usually I try to, like, not use too many potions in battle, but at this point we're outnumbered and outleveled, so I think I just need to do whatever I gotta do to win this fight, which means knocking back lots of potions. Alright, I think it's just us and Captain Tago now, which is good. Kai is doing a great job at tanking. I'm gonna hit him with all the spells that we have. Speaking of alcohol, have you found a suitable heir to the throne left by Michelob Ultra? What a perfectly worded question. I have, actually. I found a local Calgary brewery that makes a nice light beer. It's actually a Japanese rice-based beer, which is different. I'm only used to ever drinking wheat beers, so a rice-based beer has been different for me. But it's nice. It sort of hits that note of light and refreshing, which is what I loved about good old Michelob Ultra. So supporting local and trying out something new. So it's been good. I actually had some last night to celebrate a long, hard work week. Alright, Tago's almost down. Damn! That was a tough fight. Captain Tago's right femur is what we're gonna take as a bounty trophy. Okay, interesting choice, but sure. Master Engineer Yours notes. Onto, a master builder must always search high, low, and past oneself to truly unlock the secrets to craftsmanship. I'll be waiting at the workshop once you've solved my puzzle. So I guess that means high, low, past? Oh, but we've got to follow the wires, I think. Does that imply that he had thick thighs when he was still living? Okay, this is going to be difficult only because in order to activate these in order, we've got to sort of follow this copper wire. So I think the low one is that one right there. So let's see if we can find the high one. So the high one is this one? I think. Hang on, I gotta double check. Ow. No, so the high one is the one that goes a bit to the left there. I should have a snack too. Have a few sausages as a victory snack. Okay, so the high one is this one. Got it. Okay, so high, and then this one over here is low. Just waiting for my cooldown. And then the other one back this way should be past, I guess. Kai's a real bro? I mean, I don't disagree, but what in particular has made you say that right now? His mom asks, if your friend jumps off a cliff, would you jump after them? And Kai just says, hell yeah. Oh. Yeah, Kai is very much a do first, ask questions later kind of guy, and I appreciate it. Okay, let's see if that worked. Ow. Yes, it worked! Here we go. Heartfelt note. Hey, Sprout. To briefly summarize how it's been guiding you on your journey would be impossible in this letter alone. Your tenacity, curiosity, and courage continue to inspire the best of us and remind the worst of us who we can become. When you washed up on our shores, some of our kin were concerned you would disrupt the old ways, siphon the very tradition from our veins. But your persistence, effort, and willingness to lend your talents helped us make a home in these strange lands. Many may still question why we make these tall teeth our home. They asked the same of Nandru when he moved further inland, beyond the bridges. I believe in him the same way I believe in you. There is promise in your journey still. I'm thankful to be allowed to be part of it. Just keep going. With faith and patience, Master Engineer Yor. I don't know who he left this note for, but clearly it was heartfelt. And luckily for us, we got something really awesome. We got Sigil of the Arcane, which gives us plus 20% ability cast speed and minus 20% ability essence cost. Yo, that's huge. Oh wow, that's actually huge. We can cast more spells and cast them faster. The true nature of this plain-looking copper ring becomes apparent when it is slipped onto someone's finger. Doing so causes a swirling sigil of runes and arcane geometry to appear on the ring, where one would expect a gem to be fitted. Wearing this ring greatly enhances both the efficiency and speed with which its wearer channels spells, making it an invaluable tool for any wizard. Yeah, this is fantastic. So we're going to replace the Ring of the Peerless Marksman, I think. Yeah, so now we've got Ring of Elemental Balance, which gives plus 10% Fire, Frost, and Shock accumulation, paired with the Sigil of the Arcane, plus 20% ability cast speed and minus 20% ability essence cost. Excellent! Alright. Another thing I wanted to do was break down some of these unique weapons. Honestly, let's just break down everything we're not using. The more upgrade components we have, the better. And that will open up our inventory to give us more room for loot. Like, we don't need the heavy armor, unfortunately, although I'm sure it is pretty cool. Alright, well this puzzle was certainly worth solving. That's for sure. Now, we defeated that guy, so now we need to find Tama's badge, which should be just over this way. Whoa. Where the hell did this random ice come from? In the middle of a desert? What the hell is this?
What are the traps and hired goons?
What is this about?
Please. I just want to sleep.
The fuck? What the fuck? Okay, we need to investigate this further. First, let's check in with this poor guy.
You see that too, right? The ice. You see it?
No, you're right, yes. That's a great point. Yes, this wasn't the Archmage in the area a frosty fellow? Yes, he was. You're right. I see it. How is this even possible?
I don't know. I think those are our deaths waiting for us. The Archmage
This length of time is not allowed people.
I don't remember what.
Zippy, hi, how are you? Thank you so much for that resub. 63 months. Yo, that is an exorbitant amount of time. Thank you so much for that resub, my friend. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Everyone, if you aren't following my friend Zippy, go check him out. He's a great guy, a great streamer, and he's got an adorable fluffy cat. So you're doing yourself a disservice unless you're following Zippy over there. And TS, you were right. It is the Archmage. That was a great connection. So, okay, I have a dialogue option here to say, are you the Adaran that Temerity was talking about? And I gotta be honest, I don't remember Temerity talking about an Adaran, but sure, let's say that.
Adaran? Wasn't I? I've been so busy with the Zorbs. They're smarter than we think. There was one with the most beautiful spear. I wanted it. I told the Archmage. She said...
You should get out of here. It's not safe.
Safe? Nowhere's safe anymore. I can't sleep anymore. The ice crackles under my skin. But I want the Zorb spear. And the ice has my death. I don't know what to do. Oh, I haven't slept in so long.
This poor guy has lost his mind.
Something beautiful in this cold dark.
Which makes me worried for what the Archmage is going to do to us when we meet her. Look, I'm sorry, my guy. I saw nothing like that.
The ice takes everything in the end. Oh, I can hear it calling even now.
Okay, so yeah, the Archmage... What even? Are these people? Are they spirits? I don't know. This ice... This is Ringrim's domain right here. Oh, damn. Okay, I'm wondering, should we maybe hold off on exploring Ringrim's domain? until we have our fluffy friend with us. Because I feel like she knew about Ringrim a little bit. Maybe if we don't bring up spears, the Archmage can be reasoned with. Yeah, I think we'll hold off on talking to the Archmage for right now. I see right up there, there's an Audra pillar, so we should be able to go up there and activate that. We'll have a fast travel point, so we can get back here easily in the future. But I think it makes most sense to come back later once we've gotten our new companion. For now, let's just interact with the Audra Waystone. Honestly, we could use a breather, set up camp, we can upgrade our weapons and stuff, check in with our party members. It's a really spooky sight, though, to set up camp. I can't get any closer to it, and just see all that ice back there.
I met this animancer one
Ooh.
time. You might know him.
Oh? Who would that be?
Tall guy, beard, spectacles, hair.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Had this thing around his neck. Gold, I think. Hummed a lot.
Humming is common, as is jewelry.
Had this nasally voice, like, "Oh, please, don't touch that machine. It's worth more than you are."
Oh, was it Lisonio Galatini, the wandering teacher of Spirento? The renowned musician of the soul?
No, that's not it. I guess you didn't know him.
Well, let me know if you remember.
I love how he just gave the most vague description of any animancer ever and was like, hey, do you know him?
This place was bad enough before the Dreamscourge. Now it's downright hazardous.
You know, I believe we can cure the Dreamscourge.
I remember what it was like to be blindly optimistic. I envy you. This used to be a fertile land, with lakes, forests, all of that. Then everything suddenly changed several hundred years ago. Now it's blasted deserts and dried up seas. Anything that lives here is simply stubborn enough not to die.
That's the most apt description of Thirdborn I've ever heard.
You don't sound confident about our chances.
I'm being blessed realistic. Emerald Stair was toddler town frolics compared to this. Shatterscarp might not want you dead like Galawain's tusks, but it doesn't particularly care if you live either. What do you need?
That's enough for now. Get some rest.
If I must.
Alright, I want to upgrade my weapons. We can upgrade our Grimoire to exceptional quality +3. And then what do we need? We need more corrupted Audra if we want to get things to superb quality. It's all corrupted Audra, so we can make that by combining some of our awakened Audra. So let's do that. Yeah, let's craft as many higher level ingredients as we can. So now with the corrupted Audra, we should be able to make the leap from exceptional quality to superb quality. This should be a huge upgrade for us. We can upgrade our wand to superb quality, which gives +5 physical damage, +24 stun. That's pretty big. Nice, so that's superb now. Then we can upgrade our Grimoire to superb, which will give us -10% cooldown. Very nice. And then we can upgrade our armor to superb quality, which will give us +4 additional damage reduction. Hell yeah! Everything is superb quality now. That's fantastic. Now, fortunately... Oh, well, hang on. I spoke too soon. I was going to say, unfortunately, we don't have the materials to upgrade any further. We need cave coral, which we have now lots of. And then we need blackwood branch and a Ballarok skin, which we can't get any of right now. So that's fine, but that was a huge upgrade for every piece of our loadout. Our wand, our grimoire, and our equipment have all now been upgraded to superb quality. And I don't think we can add any more enchantments. I check back every now and then to make sure. What we do have, though, is another totem fragment for this, which should give us more abilities. I guess the new ability is this one, I think. Fickle Winds. Critical hits deal high random accumulation. Nice.
Nemnock mean anything to you?
Nice.
Nemnock, the one
We got
who
4
devoured-
out of 6 fragments for this
There
one
were
now.
rumors of
Just
a
like we
cult
had for that
fire
one.
that followed Nemnock. Some kind of tyrannical monster.
Interesting.
Oh, Emerald Stair reminds me. Now that I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2, I keep calling Emerald Ranch Emerald Stair in my head, and I can't stop. That's fair. I didn't realize you were playing Red Dead Redemption 2. That's awesome. You've got so many good games lined up. You're playing Red Dead Redemption 2, you have Baldur's Gate 3, and Ghost of Tsushima waiting for you?
You can't believe
That's quite a lineup.
It would be useful to have a god on our side, but perhaps not an imp god. That sounds like more trouble than it's worth.
I like how Kai is, like, somehow fallen through the ground a little bit. He's just shins up. Alright, let's do a little cooking while we're here. We can make a beetle pie, which sounds absolutely disgusting, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers in this world, I suppose. Yeah, that's my gaming sorted for a long while. Absolutely. Those are all beefy games. Alright. Did some cooking. Let's check in with our other 2 party members.
Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsley.
Yatsley, that's her name. Yatsley, finally. It took us an hour and a half here, and I finally remembered our furry companion's name, Yatsley. Look, we all need a few bad influences in our lives.
Well, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins?
Maybe she knows more than she lets on.
She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, that's enough for now. Get some rest.
Until next time.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about what happened in Emerald Stair. I know your Emperor sent you here to represent Adir, but the Steel Garrote raising Fior has gotta make things harder for you.
Beast, how's your new gaming console? Have you been enjoying it so far? I know you picked up the ROG Ally, which is ROG's version of the Steam Deck, essentially. I hope you've been enjoying it. It's a double-edged sword that I clearly remember the major story beats of Red Dead Redemption 2 from your streams last year. On one hand, no surprising twists. On the other, I can prolong Arthur's healthy phase by not moving on from Horseshoe Outlook. Yeah, spend as much time in the first 3 chapters as you can if you don't want to watch poor Arthur's decline. Yes, the Steel Garrote raising Fior has definitely made things harder for me. You can say that again.
I mean, for you, personally. The cruelty we saw, it's hard to reconcile that with the place you've called home. I just wanted to know how you're feeling about all this.
You know what? That's actually very kind of Kai to say, because no one, and I understand, I am low on the list of priorities when some people had to watch their city burn and people they love die. So my feelings definitely low on the list. But Kai is the first one who said, hey, this must actually be hard for you to watch your homeland be so cruel. I actually really, really appreciate the fact that he's brought this up. I'm gonna say I still believe Adir can be a force for good. The Steel Garrote doesn't represent all of us, and I think my people deserve a chance here. As with any group of people, there are bad apples, but I would like to think they don't represent all of us. And clearly, I'm a good person. There's some other good Adirans we've met, too. I think the ambassador back in Paradise is a good person. You know, it's hard to paint everyone with a single brush stroke.
You'd think this island's big enough, wouldn't you? Anyway, I just wanted to check in with you. This may be your burden, but you don't have to carry it alone.
Appreciate that. Kai is the best, man. I love Kai, and it just makes sense that he has the same voice actor as Garrus from Mass Effect, because I also loved Garrus. It's like, whenever this guy right here voice acts for a companion character, you know they're going to be a top-tier guy. Between Garrus and now Kai, I just absolutely love it. Thank you. That's all. Good night, Kai.
I'll be here if you need me.
All right, that's enough for one night. We did some some upgrading of our weapons and equipment, which is really good, and chatted with our party members. I'm actually going to do a party member switch right now. I hate to take Giada out of the party, but I would like to put Marius into the party, because TS made a good point earlier. We're currently exploring some ancient dwarven ruins. He may have some insight that he can share with us. Plus, we just haven't had Marius in the party in a while, so let's do a little switcheroo. Hey, Nine, I don't see any burn marks after Alana destroyed you. Yeah, she got me pretty good, I gotta say. I'll be the first to admit. Alright, now let's go find Kai's mentor's badge, which should be just down this way. First, though, I hear something screaming. The fuck? Okay, is that it? Nope. The fuck is that? Some sort of tentacle monster. Okay.
Another win.
Oh, remember the key we found? This is the door it opens. What? And, we've got a grave. A tombstone of silvery frost rises inexplicably from the dirt. Frost wisps from the surface, and from certain angles, the inscribed lettering seems to radiate its own light. Pargroon Builder, death by exposure and or starvation. Looks like he came up here and got himself trapped. Died holding the clangor, poor bastard. Probably should have left with the rest of them, but mortal ambitions and mortal sentiments remain foolish things. Damn, I didn't expect the key to bring us into a makeshift grave, but there you have it. We got some loot and a sad story. Fantastic. After 90 hours, you finished Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and what did you think? I've heard so many people raving about it. I think I'm gonna have to check it out myself. The issue is I don't think I can play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 without playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. That's just the type of gamer I am. I've seen many people say you don't need to play it, just watch a recap video on YouTube or something, but I don't think I can play 2 without playing 1, which means I'm signing myself up for 200 hours of gaming, which I don't know if I have time for right now, but yeah, I'll probably have to make some time for it at some point. You have to play the first one? Okay. Well, at least you're being honest with me, so I know what to expect. It basically picks up where the first one left off, so the first one is certainly worth it. Okay, yeah. And I know a lot of people, I remember like back when the first one came out, a lot of people were saying it was kind of like janky and stuff, but I mean, it came out, what, back in 2017, 2018? So I can only imagine there's a lot of like quality of life mods and stuff that I could install to make my experience a little smoother if I play it here now in 2025. Yeah, I saw a little bit of the first game, and I don't know, for whatever reason, it didn't really, like, pull me in. But I've heard people saying Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is, like, one of the best RPGs that has come out in recent years, and as a self-professed RPG fan, I just feel almost an obligation to check it out now, you know? But yeah. They cleaned it up a lot. A lot of the initial issues with the game were some bugs and performance issues. But when I played it maybe 9 months in, it was mostly fine. Okay. Good to know, good to know.
Next one's mine.
Holy moly, that was a lot of monsters. Now, the thing we're looking for Kai should be here somewhere. Ah, here. Tama's badge. There it is.
That's Tama's badge. You found it. It really was out here all this time. Right where we left it.
This is what you were looking for, isn't it?
It sure is. It reminds me of old times. Long marches under the desert sun. Scouting runs through sandstorms so thick we had to tie our tunics over our mouths.
That sounds miserable.
You'd be surprised. With the right company, even a storm-tossed journey can be a good one. And Tama, he had a way of making even the roughest patrols feel like a romp. He'd wake us up before dawn with the most off-key singing you've ever heard and a pot of burnt merc brew.
Sounds like the world's worst alarm clock. I'm just gonna not interrupt and keep listening.
He kept us marching until we had sand in every orifice you can think of, and a few you didn't know you had. Just when it felt like we were gonna collapse, he'd call it and we'd make camp. And somehow, we'd all find the energy for a few rounds of cards or songs or stories.
He sounds like a good man and a good soldier.
He was the best of either.
That's why we're here now, isn't it?
I don't know. This won't bring him back. This won't change anything.
Maybe it'll bring you closure.
Closure. I never understood the term. Just feels like swallowing the thing that makes you sick. Here's the truth. I led a patrol. We were ambushed. Tama came to our rescue. And he suffered a fatal wound in the process.
That's awful. I had no idea.
He was the color of an eel's belly. The stubborn bastard made it all the way back to Thirdborn. We got him a sickbed, but we knew he didn't have long.
He saved you. That doesn't mean you failed him.
I wish I could believe that. You ever had to watch someone fade away? When it's slow and agonizing? No glory, no din of battle, no distractions.
No, I haven't had to do that.
Count yourself lucky. I take a keel hauling any day. Sitting there, I noticed that he was missing his badge. And all the time I'd known him, I'd never seen him take it off.
You realized he'd lost it in the skirmish.
Cruel irony, isn't it? He comes to our rescue, and in the process, he loses the thing that marks him as a soldier. I'm sorry, Envoy. I haven't talked about this in a while.
I understand. Take your time.
Thanks. Just having his badge in hand means more than you know. There's just one last thing I've got to do.
What is it?
There's a memorial site with some cairns on the cliffs east of Thirdborn. One of those cairns is Tama's. It's time I said goodbye.
We'll go. This sounds like something you need to do.
Careful, or you'll give me second thoughts. I usually count on my friends to be worse influences, you know. Let's go.
Alright, well, we got what Kai was looking for. And hopefully we can help him get some closure from what happened to his mentor, Tama. Alright, before we go back there, though, we've got some more stuff to do up here, like this one. We've got a quest, Don't Look Down. A loco named Moapo told you about a pair of dream-scourged hunters who reclaimed an old tower in the Shark's Teeth. We need to meet them and deliver their supplies, because he didn't want to climb up all the stairs to do it himself. Somehow we got roped into it. And hopefully they'll reward me adequately. What was the ring you picked up? That's a good question. It is Sand Shroud. It gives you a 10% chance to avoid range damage. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. I mean, not good enough for us to take off either of the rings we have. See, this is the issue. I'm not sure... Oh, I was gonna say, I'm not sure why I can't equip more rings when I have 10 fingers, and then for a second here, I saw these 2 hand slots, and I was like, wait a minute, could I have been equipping more rings this entire time? But no, that's if I want to have a second loadout, so like use different weapons. When it comes to rings, you can only have 2, and that's why you've got to pick and choose, unfortunately. Tiff can be a bad influence? What? What do you mean? I'm the best of influences. Alright, here's the tower. And I guess they're at the very top, otherwise this wouldn't be much of a quest. If they didn't make us go all the way up. Oh, wait!
Over there.
Someone is hurt, but I didn't realize this pond was so deep. Holy shit. Hi! Holy crap! You're bleeding!
Envoy!
Thank the gods you came through.
An inch higher and he'd have bled out. He's lucky we came when we did.
Some sneaky bastard put a dart trap in front of that door. Have you got any healing skills? A potion? I'm begging you.
More than 2 rings, and I start to think they might not actually be married. You're an angel. It's chat that's a bad influence. See? TS said that. That means it's true. He's a mod. He has a sword. What he says is true. Tiff, I remember you telling me not to judge a keg stand until you do one. I stand by that. I haven't done a keg stand in many years. I'm old now. But, I did have some fun with keg stands in my younger days, so I stand by that. Okay, luckily for you, wounded Adiran, my godlike powers allow me to heal. We can use Dream Touch to heal him and say, stay still, you'll feel better soon.
Gods. Oh, that's a relief. Now I can get back to Eagle's Reach. Damn Thirdborn. Damn everything.
You scared me there. What happened?
I don't know. I knew the area was dangerous. I thought I was careful, but I just didn't see it. One moment fine, then this.
You're a long way from Eagle's Reach, Amakul. What brings you out here?
Captain Weemgar wanted us to see what kind of shape the tower was in. Thought we could use it. The trap's got the others, though. So much for that idea. Whoever did it is probably out there planning their next move. You've got to finish this. Root them out.
It's 2 Thirdborners. They're holed up in there to fight the Dreamscourge.
Helios tits, these traps are all over. And they're not just gonna kill dream thralls. I mean, they'll stumble into anything. No, this is different. This feels intentional. Anyway.
Bye, Cat. Enjoy your day. Good luck with the adulting. Okay, well, we saved that poor guy from bleeding out. I mean, I don't know. He says it feels intentional. If I was holed up in a tower in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by enemies on all sides, we've got giant beetles, we've got undead, we've got Dreamscourge, I would rig the place with traps too. So while I get that the Adiran feels that it was a little personal, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that the 2 guys in here have done anything wrong, but we'll find out. Whoa. Almost got trapped myself. Of course, we can't go through the front door to deliver their supplies, and yeah, you can see all the traps on the path up here. So we'll do our best to be careful and avoid. Now there's an open window right there. I think it's going to be too high for us to... Yeah. Too high, otherwise that would have been a nice way in. See, I don't know if there's any way to disable these things. You just have to avoid. Beast Code also needs to go do adult stuff and doesn't mean that in a sexual way. Adulting sucks, I get it. Best of luck on your adulting. There's another dead Adiran here. Here's his orders. Investigate ruins in the Shark's Teeth. Your orders are to investigate the ruined tower in the Shark's Teeth and figure out what's been happening to our scouts. We've sent several over the last few weeks and none have returned. Something isn't right, so do be on your guard. Report back with your findings. Oh, maybe the guys are also just killing anyone that approaches? Yeah, he's got the same orders. Traps by nature aren't personal, most of the time anyway. Except that one just killed me. So I used my 1 res of the day.
Tripwire in the gap. They'll trigger it if you're not careful.
Alright, now we've got to be extra careful, so we can disarm the trip wires. Let's see. Have a little snack.
Go. Stay alert. Don't trust anything. We should make it through just fine.
Yeah, I'm glad I have Marius with us for this, actually. I feel like if anyone can help us get through these traps, it'll be him. I'm gonna stay crouched. Oh, yep. I see it! I saw it! I activated it by accident. I tried to... Okay. Hayako, remember there are more of these in the basement in case you get hurt on your way up. Also, stop leaving these notes around. Scoop and burn, you know the procedure. I feel like most of these traps so far have been addressed to, so who it may concern. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, again, I don't know that I can blame them for booby trapping this place fully and completely. I would do the same thing too in a very unforgiving desert. There's another dead Adiran. Quite a view up here. Also, I'm not sure when this effect is going to wear off. That makes me invulnerable, but... I mean, if this is a glitch that I'm just invulnerable forever, I'll take it. The only issue is that it's kind of obscuring my vision a little bit, but... You win some, you lose some. Right. Disabling all of the tripwires. We get experience for disabling each one, too, which is nice. No. Maybe it goes away once you pull your weapon out. That was a good suggestion. Oh, it drained all of my mana. That was present for as long as I still had mana. Okay, interesting. I don't die that often, which is nice, so... But the negative to that was I didn't even know much about that invulnerability effect once I res. Apparently it will last as long as you've got mana, which is good to know, because as a wizard, I guess the invulnerability effect lasts a little longer for me than it would for anyone else. Well, there you go. That's that mystery solved. You can see they've got lots of parts around to make all these traps. Now, we gotta be getting close to the top, right?
Hold on. Blind corner, long drop. If it were me, I'd put a trap right here.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Marius. Wow, I am glad we've got Marius here. He's calling out the traps before we even get to them. Oh, no! I fell. Sorry, guys. All good. We didn't fall that far. Yeah, okay. There's another one.
This looks clear. Here's hoping they finally ran out of supplies.
Yeah, looks like they have nice dinners here. They've got a fire going, they've got water and supplies. This is a nice little setup they've got. Quata, I've connected all our traps to this lever. Do not pull it before we're ready to leave, or you'll leave us wide open to those goddamn Adirans. Oh, so if I pull that, it deactivates all the traps. Sorry, guys. You can set them back up, right?
Were you breathing? Was I breathing?
There we go. Now we don't have to worry about it.
Adirans for bait. Can't say I would have made that choice myself.
It's been a week and we're beginning to run low on munitions. More Adirans have come around than we thought, but so far the camp at Eagle's Reach has stayed put. Katoa's getting restless. There's only so many traps we can arm. Temerity was against this from the beginning, but if we stand by and do nothing, we'll see Thirdborn swallowed up into Adir's insane conquest of the Living Lands. Besides, if Adir is as good-natured as they claim to be, then no one but beetles and dream thralls will come near this tower. We've already caught a few of those fungal fucks in our traps so far. If only there were some way we could weaponize it against the Adirans. Oh... Well, I apologize to the guy we spoke to earlier. It turns out the traps were a little personal. They're certainly out here to get rid of Dreamscourge, but if they could find a way to also lure in Adirans and take a few of us out, they were fine with that too. That's interesting. Yeah, it wasn't just the Dream Thralls they were hunting out here. Hey Baron, how are you? Thank you for the follow.
Hard pressed to take it from us without losing another dozen.
Alright, we gotta level up to level 18.
Hold them off long enough for Temerity to see Adir's true intent. Maybe Thirdborn will rally.
Okay, they certainly had ulterior motives. We'll chat with them in a second. First, we've got a skill point to spend. Let's spend it on... I think I want to do it on Harvest Essence. Because mana is our Achilles heel right now, and the more we can have of that, the more spells we can cast. So if we get a Harvest Essence to rank 2, it says the Essence fragments dropped by defeated enemies restore 3 times as much Essence. I like the sound of that. And then we can also put a point into intellect, which increases our maximum essence. So we'll do that and get our intellect to level 10. It's actually level 12 because it's 10 base and then +2 from the obscured's advantage. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? I'm doing good as well. Happy to be here on this Saturday afternoon, playing some Avowed and hanging out with you guys.
Look alive, Ayako.
Intellect nerd.
Stop. Take one more step and mark my words, I'll cut you down.
You guys are real friendly, aren't you? Oh, Kai knows them. Okay, that's helpful.
Kai? Gods, what are you doing?
I'm glad Kai's here with us.
Aaron, what's going on?
I'm gonna say Moapo sent me on a supply run. He conveniently forgot to mention all the traps.
Wait, who sent you?
Moapo? Oh, gods. He must think he's helping us. That fool. I told him to stay home. This is our fight, not his.
Well, he did just deliver the Adiran envoy straight to us. Maybe he's worth his salt.
Looks like Moapo wasn't giving us all the details.
That's for damn sure. Something tells me you didn't set those traps just to catch dream thralls.
Adir is the real scourge in the living lands. They want this tower to control the route to Thirdborn. We've watched your people sink their claws into Eagle's Reach. They'll take this route with guile if they can't take it by the sword.
You two are chumming the waters you're swimming in. You'll bring trouble to everyone in Thirdborn.
Katoa, enough. Let's kill her and be done with it. That should send a message all the way to Paradise.
Jeez. Well, good thing I disarmed all your traps on my way up then.
Kutabao. You what? Those took ages to set up. Now I've got to do it all again?
I'll help you. But first, we need to get rid of this loose end. If you don't kill her, I will.
We'll give you one last chance. Leave or die. We'll only warn you once.
Wait. I'm sure we can work something out. Right? Maybe?
Parlay with Adir? Not anymore.
Wherever your flags fly, bad luck follows. Nothing good comes from your people.
Okay. Fine. There's clearly no convincing you.
Envoy, we can't let them continue. They'll make trouble, and Thirdborn will pay the price.
Good. Now get out of here.
Wait. You have to know we're not going to stop. Why let us go?
I'm not gonna let you go. I hoped you'd change your mind, but if you won't, then let's finish this.
Ha! And Adiran could do no differently.
You want to prove yourself against Shatterscarp's finest? Good luck.
Sucks that it had to come to this, but they're clearly very rooted in their ways, and I was not going to leave them here to continue just murdering random people. Well, it's unfortunate it had to come to this, but it seems like it was the only option. Luckily for us, they did have really good weapons and armor that we can loot. And there it is. They're taken down, so hopefully their traps won't hurt anyone else going forward. I can see why everyone wanted this tower. Holy moly, talk about a defensible position. You can see everything for miles around. Alright, looks like they had some good loot up in here as well that we can grab. A Thirdborn Brigandine Jack. Superb quality heavy armor. We break that down, we get some great upgrading supplies that we can use for our own stuff later. Break down all this. Anything else up here before we go? I don't know how we're gonna get down from here is the real question. We climbed all the way up. Oh, remember that deep pond of water that I explored? I think that might be our ticket for our way down. I guess the issue is gonna be how good's my aim when I jump from up here. Yeah, I always like to at least try diplomacy. Some people can come around, but those people were not going to be shaken, unfortunately. Alright, time to channel my inner Ezio Auditore. You ready? Eagle dive! Okay, that was kind of fun, actually. Way more fun than climbing up. Wait, is there a sword down here? Yeah, cool. Hey, Kirky. Alright, that's that quest done. There's something over here called the Thrifty Pig? Huh? Has someone set up shop all the way out here in the middle of nowhere? Color me interested. The Thrifty Pig. Looks like it's just back here.
Do I even need to tell you this chest is most likely trapped?
You were wrong! And that's why I don't always listen to people's advice. Okay, the Thrifty Pig is over here? Seems weird. I didn't see a Thrifty Pig when we were over here before. I feel like I would have noticed some sort of shopping place. Oh, Tiff, I caught up on the Split Fiction VOD and I really enjoyed it. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, me and Rory started Split Fiction on Monday,
For a series of traps.
and we had a ton of fun. So moving forward, every Monday is going to be a co-op stream with me and Rory. We're going to be playing Split Fiction, so hopefully I'll see you guys there on Monday. You've got lots of time to catch up on the first VOD if you want. You can watch it here on Twitch or over on YouTube. Our first couple of hours, our first impression of Split Fiction was awesome. Similar to It Takes Two, it just has so many different mechanics. It's throwing you from one situation to the next. You never have enough time to get bored. It's constant excitement, and there was a lot of really funny moments in our stream on Monday. I don't want to spoil anything in case you are going to watch the VOD, but let's just say we ended up in some very interesting situations. Alright, I don't know where this so-called merchant is, but I avoided that trap, so that's good. There's another trap. Except it doesn't seem to be armed. Wait a... The fuck? Look at this goat! Look at this, like, armor it has on its back. That is the most interesting goat evolution I've ever seen. Huh. I guess you've got to, evolve to survive in a place such as this. Good on you, little guy. Alright, I have no idea who or what the Thrifty Pig is. I can't find it, but... We've got two quests up here that we'll do now. So this one here. Captain Nagunu of Thirdborn desires to see his old crew again, find them scattered across Shatterscarp, and invite them to drink. So we already found one of the crew, and another one of them should be just to our north here. The issue is going to be how we get down without breaking our legs. I feel like that's always the issue we find ourselves facing. Wow, they really went all out with the traps here. Like, at this point, it's honestly impressive how many traps they put around this area. It's like, damn. Okay. Okay. Here we are. Oh, Jesus! Skeletons came out of nowhere. It scared the shit out of me. Whew. Goddamn skeletons, they're everywhere in this desert. Have a snack after that. I think I deserve it. And now I see smoke coming out of a chimney over here in these godless ruins. I don't know if it's just Zorips who have made these ruins their home, which they tend to do from our experience. Wait a minute! I think I found the store! It was down here. Oh, we've come full circle. I was wondering how this store was already marked on my map, seeing as we've never been here before. But we have been here before. We've come literally in a full circle. We've been over to this area before. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I remember you. You've got a random store out here in the middle of nowhere. Gotcha. Which means, yes, we know that these ruins are infested with Zorup. Alright, the guy we're looking for should be over here somewhere. And it looks like we might be on the right path, considering we've got a full camp here. Unfortunately, we've also got skeletons and specters. Ah, these things explode. And Kai did nothing to avoid the explosion. Thanks, Kai. Okay. I like when the skeletons still have money on their corpses. It's very nice for me.
I don't care what anyone says. My people know how to build a blessed tower.
I'd have to agree with you, Marius. The engineering and construction on display here is quite impressive. Now, the fuck is that? An elder desert beetle. And it's like doing really weird motions. Why? The fuck are you doing? Stop dancing like that. Okay. That it? Whew.
Watch your step. This land has bred finer warriors than us.
Well, yeah, it seems like around every corner there's something waiting to kill us, so... Man, this thing was massive. Not sure what the whole dance was about, but anyway.
You figure this is the homestead Nagunu told us about?
It's gotta be. Let's hope who we're looking for is here. I hope this isn't him. It's a bad way to go. I feel like you made it this far out in the desert, nothing has eaten you or killed you yet. Instead, you get killed by a collapsing bridge falling right on your spine. That is just unfortunate. Of all the things that could have killed you in this desert, wood is not something I would have had on my list. Alright, this must be him. All of his friends are dead, and there are dream thralls everywhere. Excellent.
Holy gods! Someone actually came!
How you doing out here, man?
You have to help my friends! They're gods! They're monsters!
What happened here?
We were trading. Some of your soldiers patrolling. They needed water. There was an earthquake, and Amiwa, she started screaming. Please, help them.
Oh god, by the look of your homestead, your friends are dream thralls now.
They were good people, and I'm not... Their souls can't rest like this, and I'm not strong enough to put them down myself. Please, they didn't deserve... They were... My gods. How did this happen?
Don't worry, I'll make it quick. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're a
I just
good
got a
person.
tea and muffin
Matter with
delivery.
me. Find me when it's over.
I don't love this. Let's get it done.
Well, this is really too bad. Looks like all these people came out here and tried to make a new life for themselves, a little homestead here in the Pargrunen ruins, and you can see what happened. They all got infected. The whole place is full of Dreamscourge and Dream Thralls, and there's nothing to do now but put them out of their misery. This is officially a ruined village. And I feel real bad for this poor guy. Okay, here's more. Looks like they're just gonna come out in waves, apparently. Okay. Ah! Thankfully they burn more easily than the skeletons. Yeah, it seems like all of my elemental abilities are a little bit more effective here. Nice! Whoa, I hit the barrels and literally blew him sky high. That's crazy. Tiffy from the three-point line. She shoots, she scores! Alright, is that everyone?
That's all.
Me too. Damn, man, the Dreamscourge is crazy. What it does to people, what it does to the land, how easily it spreads. Like, this shit is terrifying. This shit is like COVID on steroids. Okay, let's go back and check in with our new friend. Looked like they really had a nice setup here before everything went to hell. It's really too bad. I draw parallels to the Black Death. Oh, yeah. Good point. Oops. It's probably a betterable comparable. A better comparable.
I couldn't do anything. I'm gods. I'm useless. But you helped them. They can rest now. How did you find us? What are you doing out here?
Your captain is looking for you. He's getting the crew together for a reunion.
Old Nagunu? But I thought he wanted us dead. I don't understand. Are the others... Are they alive?
We've met Talway, and he promised to go to the reunion.
Yeah, he would. He always trusted the captain. They were close. He doesn't act bright, but Talway, he's canny. Something's going on.
It doesn't feel right. Can't put a finger on it, though. Be careful.
Maybe it's time to stop. Stop running. Stop hiding. Turn and face things. Face Nagunu.
Betterable, comparable, yeah. I don't know what happened to my brain there and had quite the fart.
As soon as I can find the courage.
You've got people looking out for you. Take courage in that.
Thank you all. I'll try.
Don't wait too long. Those drinks won't drink themselves.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you here, TS. TS, this is starting to sound like Captain wants to murderize his old crew for some old grudge. And all along, ever since we met Captain, and he said, I just want to have one drink with my last crewmates, but they won't talk to me. They've all ran away. We've always been wondering, well, what the hell happened? So, if this was actually all one big ploy for the Captain to get all of his old crewmates together and try to kill them, I wouldn't be surprised. The issue is, we still don't know what happened here. And, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna let Captain murder these poor people. The two people we've met so far are really nice, so if Captain has some weird grudge against them, we're probably gonna have to step in and defend them, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Now, up here is another bounty that we have to track down. Moi Piki is up here. I hope we can be there to intervene if things go sour. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we'll get there before the drinks start. We still need to find one more old crewmate. Trying to eat my muffin and game at the same time, it's a little difficult. Alright, Moi Piki should be right here somewhere, in the Deadfall Highlands. I see those weird, like, elemental rock things. Oh, that is Moi Piki! Moi Piki is a weird elemental rock thing. Interesting. It's interesting also, there's Godless Ruins right here to my left, and Park Runin Ruins right here to my right. Or those actually don't even look like ruins. That might still be in operation. Here's a Zorip. We'll take him out first to make sure he doesn't interrupt our boss battle with that rock thing. Oh, you meant that kind of muffin. I was wondering why our princess didn't dash for the desk. Honestly, if that muffin knew I had a muffin, she would also dash for the desk, because my sweet baby muffin is a cannibal. She loves muffins. And every time I eat one, she's like, Mother, please, may I have a bite? I'm like, daughter, no, this is cannibalism. But alas. Oh, this is the gatehouse to Gallowayne's tusks. Okay, interesting. So this Park Runin structure is still in operation. This is not a ruin. Looks like there are people up in the Godless Ruins, though, so we'll explore those. But first, we've got to get old Moi Piki out of the way. So let's have a quick snack before we do. Might I have a morsel, mother, for I am but skin and bone. It's so funny how accurate your impersonations of Muffin are. Alright, let's do this thing. Use every bit of magic I got here. Uh-oh, he summoned some friends. Some beetle friends. I hate that a lot. Alright, Kai can keep Moi Piki busy, while I keep these beetles busy. Okay, one beetle left. I didn't know rock monsters were into 60s light rock music. What? No, where is Moi Piki? Oh, there you are. What would a rock be weak to? Maybe ice? No. He's resistant. No, he was resistant to electricity. Ice was good. Oh, and now there's a giant beetle who's decided to join the fight. Okay, fantastic. Love that for us. Hello, giant beetle. May you have a morsel because you are but skin and bone? TS made a joke that that's what Muffin says, because I was talking about how she's into cannibalism and loves muffins. She's on her way in! It's like she knew. She's already here. All my girls are coming for a bite of my muffin.
Yes, I need help.
Hi, Muffin. You're just a gray form. Okay, is that everything? Holy moly, that was a lot. Thanks. Alright, we got Moi Piki's core, which is our bounty trophy. All these beetles are dead, and Muffin is here. Are you gonna commit cannibalism live on stream? There you go. She's having a nibble of the muffin. Alright, that's that bounty down. Also, Meerkat, you're adulting. That was so fast. I can't believe you're back already. Now, let's check out these ruins, because we did see some smoke coming from up here. Plus, where there's ruins, there's often treasure, so to say I'm interested is an understatement. We've got... Oh, this is Naku Kubel! Oh, these are the ruins that we need to investigate later as part of the main story. Okay, if that's the case, we'll hold off on these for now then, because we'll be back here later with Yatsley. So we've got a couple more quests to finish up before we're going to go back to Thirdborn. We need to go to the Sulphur Mines base camp, which is actually one of the earliest quests that we picked up in this region, but we hadn't been able to get there. Bless you, mother, for this small mercy. I shan't go famished this day. People who come for the gameplay, people who come for Tiff, people who come for Alana, and people who come for Muffin. There's a whole hierarchy, and I expect that I am at the bottom of said hierarchy. And I don't take it personally. What do you think, Miss Muffin? How's your day going today? You're not really in frame. Can you come over here a little bit so people can see your face instead of just your amorphous gray form? There you are. Hi. You're silly. It's not my fault that Muffin and Alana are so great. Exactly. It's their world. I'm just living in it. I beat gameplay in the hierarchy. Yay! Woo! There's a girl. You already have one bite, baby. You can't have any more. Aha! I knew it. Where there are ruins, there are always Zorubs. And here's one right here, Zorub Priest, who went down really quickly because I got up behind him and blasted him with ice. Now, Mother, you've heard of one bite, but what of second bite? Muffin needs muffins. Muffin loves muffins, and it's interesting. You do, don't you? And Mommy doesn't know how to feel about it. But hey, who am I to deny my daughter what she wants in her heart? Okay, this is Leviathan's Hollow. Again, we're starting to come full circle now. This was a huge encampment of Zorubs that we cleared out. I'm not sure if that was last week or the week before. But we're coming full circle now. So if we go around the back, we should be able to actually get to the mines. Hey Roy, this is a fantasy RPG, an open world RPG, so essentially there is a main quest that you follow, but essentially you're deposited into these wide open landscapes, you're given lots of quests, and sort of given free reign to do whatever you want. You can be certain different classes, you can be a wizard like I am, you can be a more conventional melee fighter, you can be an archer, all of your typical fantasy type quests. And yeah, if you've ever played any open world RPGs like Skyrim or maybe The Witcher, it's, you know, all sort of similar to that. You can play it either first person or third person, but first person I would say is the preferred viewpoint. Hey Ash, how are you? Thank you for the hydration. Good opportunity for me to have a sip of tea. You can also use a gun, that's right, which is a unique facet of the game. You don't normally get to use guns in some other fantasy RPGs, so it's kind of cool that you can in this one. So wait, I have something to say. You're a wizard, Tallara. Yes, Ash. Nice. I like it. I've been waiting my whole life for someone to say that. I remember when I was 11, I was like, maybe I'll get a Hogwarts letter, you know? Like, maybe I will. I'm 11 years old. There's certainly a possibility I might get my acceptance letter to Hogwarts, and alas, it never arrived in the mail. So you could say I've been waiting my whole life to hear the words that Ash just said. You can also use a gun, the most American of magic. Alright, so this is the mine encampment that we've been trying to get to forever. We're finally here, so now we can speak to the officials. Let's actually refresh our memory on what this quest was. Fires in the mines. Thirdborn and Adir are collaborating to reopen an abandoned sulfur mine in the Deadfall Highlands. Their efforts, however, have been stymied by a brood of spiders. Right! I remember this because I very begrudgingly accepted this quest and said there'd better be good rewards if I'm going to put myself through spider infestation. Okay, so we made it to the mine encampment, and we now need to speak with the mining officials, because something is complicating production.
There is no if. We must reopen them. But if you think we're about to let Adir go and take our...
We've no designs upon them. Again, I only want the mines running for Thirdborn.
Hello.
Ah! You must be the envoy. I hoped you might stop by. Welcome to the mines.
I see the sands didn't swallow you whole. And Kai. It's hard to see you stomping around with the Adirans after the news I heard from Fior.
That was the Steel Garrote.
Thank you, Kai.
Besides, we're all on the same side against the Dream Thralls.
Thank you, Kai.
We've been discussing
This is why
how
Kai's the best.
to reopen these sulfur mines. Sulfur's a key ingredient in gunpowder, which is crucial for Thirdborn's defense.
I'm glad we're making alliances instead of enemies for once.
Oh, my sentiments exactly.
Kind words are worth nothing. We need the sulfur for our weapons, Seon.
I agree. You need to be able to fight the Dream Thralls on your own terms. But if you won't allow reinforcements to come and clear the spiders from the mines, it won't happen.
The spiders? What happened?
An ambush. As the team mapped the mine, they opened a sealed passage. The spiders poured out.
Many of our soldiers died fighting.
The descriptor of the spiders poured out? I hate it.
Determined to not let it end in tragedy. If you'd be willing, Envoy, you may even be the face of our triumph.
If it helps anyone fight Dream Thralls, then I'm for it.
Thank you. I knew we could rely on
Reluctantly, I'm for it.
If you destroyed the spiders' nests, it'd be a tremendous boon to us all. Isn't that right, Carter?
Don't presume to speak for me.
The mine's entrance is just down the path. Speak to Darla, the guard at the gate. He'll let you in.
God, I regret this already. So, I gotta be honest, I'm worried that Mr. Adiran official over there has some ulterior motives, because I surprisingly liked everything he had to say. And it's bad to say this of my own countrymen, but I mean, our experience with the Adirans so far has not been positive. There are some good Adirans for sure, and I'd like to count myself as one of them. For the most part, they've often been very slippery, so the fact that they want to reopen the mines because they want Thirdborn to be able to use the sulfur to create weapons and protect themselves from the Dreamscourge, I don't know, it seems a little too altruistic for Adir, because I love it. I think it's a great plan. They absolutely need to find a way to fight back against stuff, but am I a bad person for questioning if there's some ulterior motives here? God knows it wouldn't be the first time we've been burned by our countrymen. Let's make sure we activate the elevators, so if and when we ever want to leave, yeah, we can use this.
There we go. Working again at last.
You're welcome.
I told you there's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. There's a scourge out there.
Alright, I guess we're really doing this. I guess we are gonna go into this mine that's infested with spiders. Before we do, I guess we'll talk to Siamo and see what he has to sell.
You? I've not seen you around before.
Aw, Muffin's done gracing us with her presence. Where did she go? Oh, there she is. Are you gonna get up on your chair? And then I'll wheel you into view? Seeing what she wants to do. If she's gonna get on her chair or if she wants to go out. She doesn't know what she's doing. Oh, I think she's choosing chair. Hooray! She chose chair! I love the absolute panic on her face when her chair starts moving. She's like, what the fuck? There you are, baby. Get comfy now. And yes, Muffin does have her own chair in the office. This was the office chair that I had originally, and then I bought the Secret Labs chair. And I was going to just, you know, donate this chair or see if one of my friends wanted, whatever the case may be. And it turns out, no. Instead, I now have 2 office chairs, and one of them is for me, and one of them is for Muffin. And she has her own pillow, and she has her own blanket, because that's the type of spoiled girl she is. Alright, baby kitty. You get comfy. Of course there has to be a chair for the kitty. Exactly. Princess Muffin needs her own throne. Hi. What do you do here?
I sell things to people who need things. It's an eclectic collection. You want to see my wares?
I'd love to. Alright, he sells Corrupted Audra, which I want, because that's the upgrade material that we need now that our stuff is up to... trying to think of the word. Superb quality. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Got a couple of things that we can sell. I think that's it. Probably don't need all these rotten foods. Probably sell those for 1 gold apiece. Now, what else do you sell? Health potions, I want those. Lockpicks, I want those. Your sausages, I want those. Your stew, I want all of those. Perfect. It's not gilded, but as far as thrones go, it'll do, mother. TS narrating as Muffin is one of the small joys in life. I fucking love it. I wish I could just hire you full-time to just, like, sit on the couch and just narrate Muffin's daily thoughts. Because it is always amusing. Alright, I really don't want to do this, but guess what? We're doing it. Time to head into the spider-infested mines. Hooray.
I saw you talking with our overseers. I'm guessing they sent you over to clean out the mines then? Take care of Thirdborn's mess.
That's right. How bad is it in there? What exactly happened?
What happened? Thirdborn killed good Adherans, that's what happened. While our engineers inspected the place, their miners just went and opened a sealed path. And before we knew it, fucking skitter. Dreamscourged spiders.
Oh, not just spiders. Dreamscourged spiders.
Ran out.
Great.
Most of theirs survived. Our people died fighting.
Okay. Thanks for the warning. I'll take care of it. I'm not gonna get into it. If you want to hold a grudge against Thirdborn, that's totally up to you. However, I'm gonna go in and clear out these spiders for the good of everyone, alright? And if I am not praised as a hero when I walk back out of here, then there's nothing I can do in the eyes of these people.
You be careful in there, Envoy.
I'm going solo into a mine infested with Dreamscourged spiders. If this doesn't bring the people together, I don't know what will. But alright, here we go. Into the sulfur mines. I'm sure it's going to be a great place for me to use lots of fireballs as well. Which honestly, I said that jokingly, but now that I'm thinking about it, no, I should use lots of fireballs because the more things burn, the better it is for us. We've got explosive barrels. We blow those up. We set everything on fire. Spiders are getting damage over time. Yeah, no, this is the place to unsheath the fireballs, I think. As much of a threat as it might pose to us, I think it'll pose even bigger threat to the spiders. Kill it with fire! Oh yeah. That literally killed all 3 spiders one hit. Fireball is where it's at. They didn't even get a chance to get close enough to make me feel itchy. That's just the way I like it. This is just the way I like it. When the spiders are dead so fast that I don't even really recognize that I'm dealing with spiders. Alright. So far, so good. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Dreamscourge in these mines. Honestly, even if we clear the spiders out, I don't know that we should open these mines for miners to come in and work, because we know Dreamscourge is extremely contagious, and if it's infecting the water and stuff... Well, Dreamscourge spiders are one thing, Dreamscourge miners will be another. Alright, let's see if there's anything underwater. Oh yeah, there's money down here. There's treasure down here! Hell yeah! I knew there had to be something down here. Dead people, more money. Excellent. Yeah, still a safety hazard in here even without the spiders, exactly. Who thinks Tiff should play Kill It With Fire where you kill spiders? It's a whole game about killing spiders? I mean, as much as that would bring me a sense of satisfaction, I also can't imagine I would like to willingly play a game with spiders. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one.
Stand back.
How realistic are the spiders? If they're like cartoon spiders, maybe. Oh yeah, with those explosive barrels all over the place. This is great. We're doing lots of damage.
Growing up in Solace. Who's ready for more?
They are small and spider-like. I don't know. Might need to look into this. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's a big one. That's the queen. And she jumps. Nope. Absolutely not. I'm using every element I have. Oh, I don't like when they jump. I would be alright if they didn't jump like that. But that is just a little too much for me. Jumping spiders, we do not stand. Also, holy oh my god. That is just one half of a man. Oh god. Does this belong to you, sir? I feel like the water here is not supposed to be this color of red. Oh. Oh, there's parts of him everywhere. Jesus Christ. These are not just giant spiders. These are giant jumping man-eating spiders, which is like the worst combination of characteristics. Really? That exploding barrel didn't count as fire to burn this web? That's weird. Okay. You'll walk it off. Get back, you eight-legged freaks! Reminded of that scene from Harry Potter involving Hagrid's spider friends and its children. Yeah, I might have to yell that next time. You already knew they were man-eating. I mean, I don't know, for some reason I just assumed, like... I don't know what I assumed, you're right. I knew they were man-eating, but... hearing it is one thing, seeing it is another, you know? Fire. It wasn't until I saw that man with no legs that I realized how man-eating these spiders really are. You download this game from Xbox, but you're playing on PC. Yeah, the game is available on PC Game Pass, which is really awesome. I've talked about this before, but I think Microsoft's whole strategy about day one releases on Xbox and PC at the same time is really awesome, especially for me as someone who doesn't have an Xbox. I just really appreciate the whole day one launch strategy. I like Game Pass. I just think Microsoft and Xbox are doing really well right now, which I like. I'm all for healthy competition in gaming, and even though I don't have an Xbox, still gotta give credit where credit is due. Oh no. My eyes went right for the treasure when they should have went right to the spiders. Okay, we're good. I'm glad we're slowly moving away from platform exclusives. Yeah, and I mean, there's always going to be platform exclusives. Sony first-party games are always going to launch on PlayStation first, but it's nice that they bring them to PC a couple years later. I think that's a great business strategy. Not only is it good for gamers, it's also good for business. You get to re-monetize your game a second time and release it to another audience while still retaining the benefits of exclusivity. So I think what Sony's been doing there is fantastic. Will we ever get Nintendo games on other platforms? I don't know that we ever will. Nintendo is different. I don't know that Nintendo will ever allow their games to be published on other platforms, but hey, who knows? Maybe 5 years from now you'll show me a clip of me saying this and you'll be playing Pokemon on your PC, but Sony and Xbox at least are loosening up their rigidity about the whole thing, and I appreciate that. Yeah, Nintendo is Nintendo, and they do their own thing in many different regards. Absolutely. For better or for worse, Nintendo is Nintendo, so. I have hope in my heart that GTA isn't going to start off as a console exclusive. Faint hope, but hope. I mean, it's hard to say. Every other major Rockstar game in the last while has been a console exclusive for the first 1 to 2 years. However, in the time since GTA 5 launched, which was a lifetime ago, oh my god, PC players of GTA have become much bigger. Like, GTA Online on PC is a huge thing. So because of that, if Rockstar was ever gonna change their way and not do console launch first, I think that would be the reason why, if it makes sense. No, it's not confirmed that it will be, or not that I'm aware. Anyway, just from past precedent, I think people assume that it will be a console exclusive first, but as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by Giant Spider, if anything was going to make Rockstar change their ways, I think it would be the success of GTA 5 on PC over the last couple of years, so we'll find out, I guess. That was bananas. I hated everything about that. Give me good loot. It's the only thing that's worth my time. Speaking of, you'd have to think we're gonna hear something official on GTA 6 sometime soon, because everything we keep hearing is that they are a go for launch at the end of the year. So it's like, they've got to show us something soon. Ah. Are we almost done in here? This fucking sucks. Okay. Oh, that's a big glowy chest. A sarcophagus, actually. Give me some good shit. Magrin's Force. Some unique gloves. They give minus 10% stamina cost while blocking and plus 15 fire damage. Ooh. I think those are going to be an upgrade for us, because right now the Hands Occult are just plus 10% shock damage. They do have the +1 critical hit chance, and we never block, so the minus 10% stamina cost while blocking isn't helpful to us. But the plus 15% fire damage I think is going to be very useful, especially considering how many fireballs we've been using lately. That was a big chest like in God of War. Absolutely it was. These heavy gauntlets are painfully hot to the touch, but so well insulated that a comfortable warmth is all that the wearer of these gauntlets feels from them. They were crafted by a master blacksmith and worshipper of Magran by a self-made trial. When the gauntlets were finished, the smith put them on and plunged his hands into the fire of his furnace, muttering a prayer to Magran to protect him from the flames. She heard the man's pleas and granted him the protection he sought, as the deep red color of the gauntlets deepened yet further and they grew eternally hot. Whoa. Alright, Magran's Force it is. I'm gonna miss our shiny gloves. I'd gotten so used to them for so long. But honestly, these gloves kind of match our outfit a little bit better, and they certainly do look very cool. And they give us plus 15% fire damage. And the good thing is about gloves is obviously that's a part of us that we see rather often, so we get to see our nice red gloves here. Alright, so we are not done here until we destroy the nests, apparently. Oh, I see. I see. I mean, that makes total sense. Now, how would I go about doing that?
Spider nest looks relatively new.
With fire, I guess? Yep, that works. Okay. So now we just gotta destroy the other one. Which I could have destroyed on my way up, but that's okay. Ow. It's fine.
Spider nest ahead. Keep your eyes open.
Nice. Okay. Spiders eliminated, nests eliminated, loot received. Now let's get the fuck out of here.
Thank Wodeker you're back. We haven't much time.
Gods, this Nimdude's planning to blow up the mine, isn't he?
You're with the Garrote, aren't you? What are you doing here?
The Steel Garrote? I wish I served beneath their banner, but I suppose that doesn't matter now. Envoy, I need you to listen. We have one chance to avert war with Thirdborn, and it's by blowing up the mine right now.
War? What war?
We're opening these mines so Thirdborn can mine sulfur, right? So they can have ammunition for the Dream Thralls. I mean, what help did Thirdborn offer when Shadclef burned down? What about the scouts who went missing in the Shark's Teeth? They'll strike at us as soon as they have an opening.
Maybe Adir could try not going around taking people's land. Just a thought.
Half these people served in the Rowatine Imperial Navy, and the other half were pirates. It's only a matter of time before they turn their cannons on us.
Anger swathed in fire, teeth at the throat. Who bit first?
Envoy, this man is an idiot.
What did you say?
But he's close enough to being right about one thing. These mines are about the only desirable territory in Shatterscarred. If they stay open, it's only a matter of time before the sulfur in them gets used against something other than Dream Thralls. And my people are no better than yours on that account. Destroy the mines, so that none of us get any bright ideas.
Well, there you have it. Even he agrees.
You can't know that we'll just start fighting each other.
But we can't afford the risk. Please, Envoy, there's no time. I need to work quickly before they notice I'm gone.
So we're faced with a choice here, obviously. We either let him destroy the mines or not. I'm of two minds. I don't like his argument at all. His argument is dumb. I mean, what are we gonna do? Let the people of Thirdborn just die by the Dream Thralls? Is there the possibility that they'll rise up in the future? Sure, but I don't think we can look that far ahead when the world is literally dying from the Dreamscourge. We need to help these people defend themselves. Plus, how are we ever going to make relations with the people of the Living Lands if we just come in and stomp all over them? This is a good opportunity for us to actually try to make some allies, and maybe, if we do stuff like this, they won't attack us. But, on the other hand, I said this earlier, this mine is completely infected with the Dreamscourge. That's the part that worries me. It's not the sulfur and who gets it. It's the fact that this place is infected. It doesn't seem like that's really a consideration that these guys are looking at, though. They're thinking about this just for the flow of sulfur. I think my gut says we should not blow up this mine. I think we're making a mistake and just adding even more fuel to the fire, and yeah, no. I don't agree with you, Darl.
My mind is as pure as fire.
But your heart's full of Sokka.
I thought you would understand. Fine. I'll do what I must.
Alright, now we gotta fight this guy. Woo! He hit me hard. Or did something explode? I'm not sure. It was one or the other. Regardless, Darl, you don't have numbers on your side, bud, and wow, he just shattered into pieces, and all he had left was beetle pie and 2 wild mushroom stews. Well, so much for that zealot. I mean, he was happy. He was like, I want to serve the steel garrote, so we know what kind of guy he was. I think in the short term, at the very least, it was the right thing to save these mines to help the people of Thirdborn protect themselves against the Dream Thrall, and hopefully in the long term it'll be good as well, because it could be some show of faith, some positive that Adir can point to when trying to form relationships with these people. But there you have it. The mine has been cleared out.
Ah, Envoy. Good to see you again. We wanted to,
I want answers, Envoy.
We saw the guard, Darla, headed after you, and, heard some, shouting. What exactly happened?
My first thought was that I should lie so we don't worry anyone, because I feel like if we're like, he wanted to blow up the mine because he hates Thirdborn, they're gonna be like, see, I told you, fuck the Adherents. But at the same, in the same vein, the opposite side of that coin is we tell the truth in an effort to be like, look how open and honest and transparent I am. Yes, there are some asshole Adherents, but we're not all like that, including me. I stopped him from doing something stupid because I want to work with you. So, if anything, I think the truth could be used to our advantage here. Meerkat says honesty is the best option. All right, let's go with honesty. Darla tried to blow up the mine. They were a traitor. I killed them.
I don't know what to say.
Really? Say on? No ideas at all?
Please, Carter. Know that neither I nor Weemgar had any idea. None whatsoever. Once we're done here, I shall order a full
Welcome back, Death. Did you end up getting an Xbox to play Avowed after? I know you were talking about doing that.
You know, I'm inclined for once to believe you.
You've done well, Envoy. Because of you, Adir's word matches her deed. Thank you.
That's a good way to put it. Look, I mean, nothing else matters if we can't stand against the Dreamscourge. If we all die and become Dream Thralls, then there's going to be no empires left and nothing to squabble over. So, as it has always been, my first priority is always combating the Dreamscourge.
A wise observation.
I'll manage it from here, Envoy. Don't worry. The mines are open and free again, so all should be well.
Should's the key word there, right?
Back to haunt us one day.
I hope not, but hey, we can say we made the best decision we could with the information that we had at the time, and we did what sat best in our guts and in our hearts, and that's all you can do. You're never going to be able to make the perfect decision, but all you can do is make the one that feels the best in the moment. No, I decided that having money for my trip this summer was more important. Oh, where are you going? Are you guys going on a cool trip this summer? Hi, are you okay? I heard you from all the way down there.
You there? Have the spiders? I'm not. feeling too clever.
Oh no. Remember the last guy we met who had been bitten by a spider? Yeah, you need to find help. Can you walk?
No, stranger. Leave me. I can't. My leg. It burns.
Wife and I are spending 2 weeks in Savannah, Georgia for our 10-year anniversary. Oh, congratulations to you both. That sounds fantastic. I'm sure you'll both have an amazing time.
Remember their color. I swam in them for years. Now look at me.
Good. She can still talk. If we work fast, we might be able to help.
A venomous bite would have killed you within minutes. So you'll be fine. I mean, that might be true, but she's clearly in pain right now, so I kind of want to go with this option and give her a health potion. Here, drink this. It should help.
Oh, a gift. For me? Wait, how did I get here? Ah, right. I came to spread Kanau's ashes. Kanau, my love. We adored this view. At least until the Dreamscourge took him. I guess it'll be a while longer before I see him again. It's all right. You meant well. I'll sit here for now.
Okay, well, I guess she'll be alright, so that's good. Let's see what's behind these weird roots here. Aha, treasure. Love it.
You take lead.
Back to work. Got stairs to sweep and mop. Sounds good, Ash. Enjoy your lurk and best of luck with your chores. Alright, so we're done that. We've only got two quests now to finish up outside of Thirdborn. One of them here is the abandoned mine. I couldn't figure out how to access this before. So, as you can see, I tried to get it basically from all angles. This is all one big cliffside. So it makes me think we need to get up high to access the abandoned mine. I guess I'll teleport back to Thirdborn Party Camp and we'll just look around this area for something I might have missed. I love the art on the loading screens. It's so good. Alright. So yeah, the mine is like, I assume it's like right up there somewhere. The issue is, how do we get up there? Did you come at it from the south of what looks like a town to the northeast? You mean here, Shark's Teeth. It's coming at it this way, you mean. I have not tried that. It does kind of look like there might be a little bit of a gap there. That could maybe work. My other thought is Aiko's campsite, if you remember, was up high. It was up on a cliff. So I don't know if from Aiko's campsite we could have gotten back to the mine. Let's see. I'll go try Aiko's campsite way first, just because it's closer, and if not, I like Death's suggestion. Oh, wait a minute, hang on. Can I climb up here? Wait a minute. This place looks like Arizona. I've never been, but yeah, from what I know about Arizona, certainly looks that way, doesn't it? Okay. It looks like this might have been the way up at some point, and then of course, whatever bridge or structure they had built here has collapsed over the years. Let's see if I can go from this side. Whoa! Look at that! Okay, that's cool as hell. That is a big-ass fossil. Very cool. Now, this might be... Ooh, I think this is it. Yes! Okay, this is totally it. Well, see, I think most of the lushness in this area comes from the Dreamscourge, so absent the Dreamscourge, it probably does look a lot like Arizona. I like that this place is infested with beetles instead of spiders. I would take that any day. If we need to deal with insects, I'm glad it's beetles and not spiders. So what you're saying is Arizona needs a bit of the Dreamscourge. If they want to add some color to the landscape, then yes. Why is the guy we're looking for in this mine anyway? Like, what the hell are you doing here?
Well, that was fun.
Ugh. Spiders aren't insects, Tiff? Right, they're arachnids, right? You ask me, potato potato. They can all be lumped into the one category of things Tiff finds gross.
What?
Oh.
What in Remergon's 10 frosty balls are you doing here?
What in Remergon's 10 frosty balls are you doing here?
How did you even find this place?
Captain Nagunu is looking for you.
Well, I don't smell his rumstick flop sweat on the wind, so he can't be nearby. He must have sent you to do his dirty work. Go on then. Try to kill me. I know that's why you're here.
You knew Captain Nagunu wanted to see you?
I knew that old drunk would come looking around eventually. He's been trying to kill me for years. The man's obsessed.
He wanted me to invite you and the rest of the crew for a drink.
That's funny. Now tell me what he really said.
Verbatim, that he wanted to share one last drink and part as friends.
A little reunion. Cute. What did Toei and Koa say to that?
Toei's already on his way to Thirdborn.
Naturally. Toei never saw a boot he wasn't keen to lick. And Koa?
Koa was hesitant, but I convinced him to go.
He's gotta be out of his mind. Well, my answer's the same either way. No. I'm sure he put on a good show for you. And shit, maybe he really is lonely. But I have no doubt he's been up in that little lighthouse of his in Thirdborn plotting our demise. So no, I won't share a drink with him, and you can tell him I said so.
I can't wait till we find out what the hell's actually going on here. So for anyone who's just popping in today or doesn't remember, we met this captain back in the town. He was at the local bar and was sad. He was like sad and drunk, and he was like, I just want to see all my friends and have one last drink again. So I was like, okay, well, sure, I can help you with that. I'll go find your friends and tell them, you know, to come back and meet you. We met the first guy, and he didn't really take much convincing. He was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll go. And then we met the second guy, and he was like, that guy wants to kill me. If he's inviting me back for a drink, there's something more to this. And now we meet this girl, and she's just straight up not going, because she thinks he's gonna kill her. And it's just like, what is happening? What happened to them before that made them part on such bad terms? And is this all actually a ploy by the captain to get all these people together and kill them? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But regardless, if you don't want to go, all I can say to that is fair enough.
So long, Envoy. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
All right, well, we recruited 2 out of 3 of Captain Nagunu's friends, and I guess we'll go back now and check in with them. I really hope he's not going to try and murder them all, but if he is, then I will certainly step in, because all the people we've met so far have been very nice, and I don't know what Captain Nagunu's problem is with these people, but I'm not going to let him just murder them in cold blood. We still didn't get any answers for what this lady was doing in these abandoned beetle-filled mines, but anyway. I guess some people just want peace and quiet, hey? Alright, so we've got one last quest that we need to do before we actually go back to Thirdborn, and that is all the way down here. We've got the quest at Sailor's Rest. Now that we have Tama's badge, Kai is ready to visit his memorial. All of Kai's companion quest has... Ooh, wait a minute. Fragment of Star Metal!
I feel like someone in Solace could figure out what
Nice! We've picked up a lot of Star Metal now. That's fantastic. But as I was saying, all of Kai's companion quest so far has been about him coming terms with the death of his mentor. It appears that Kai blames himself for his mentor's death, and in classic fashion, he perhaps didn't fully appreciate his mentor until after he was gone, and so we've been helping him try, you know, to deal with those emotions. We found his mentor's badge, and now we're gonna go to his burial cairn to pay our respects. Before we do, though, we're gonna talk to this little guy. Hi, buddy. What are you doing out here?
I was talking to myself again, wasn't I? Sorry.
You sound nervous. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Well, I guess I am a little nervous, but I'm not worried. I know exactly what I have to do. I had a dream about crossing the Great Sand Sea, you see. Great dunes and shifting clouds. I had this feeling I'd come back changed.
Changed how?
I'm not sure. I suppose I'll find out, won't I? I have to know what's out there.
I feel like this guy might have the Dreamscourge. You didn't happen to dream about fish or trees, did you?
What a strange question. Of course not. There are no trees out there. Or maybe there are.
I can't tell if this guy is just like high, he has a weird, airy personality, or if he has the Dreamscourge. Well, good luck on your journey, I guess.
I told you, I'll be fine. It's not like I'm the first one to make the trip. I should get going. As soon as I remember which way that is.
Yeah, it's probably the Dreamscourge, but perhaps it's a combination of all three. Either way, best of luck to that guy. Nope, just cactus juice. I work for the Scourge now, I guess. I gotta gaslight everyone. Early stages of the Scourge, I'd wager, says TS, and I think I'd have to agree. It's unfortunate, but there's really nothing we can do for him right now. We just have to continue on our quest to hopefully someday find some cure for the Dreamscourge. Until then, we'll fight dream thralls like these guys. And then this should be the cairns. Ah, yes, cool. Oh, that's a bigger drop than I thought. Ow. Oops. Okay. Wow, this is a beautiful place for burial cairns. Sailor's Rest.
Thomas Memorial. Never thought anything could contain that man, you know? That booming laugh, that bottomless appetite, boundless energy. Now he's under a pile of rocks.
Souls may carry memories, however faint, of those they knew and loved in their next lives, if that helps.
It doesn't, but I appreciate the effort.
I tried.
This is where you're supposed to distract me, lighten the mood with a wisecrack or something.
Okay, I can do that. No, wait, I don't even get the option? Boo! They don't even give me the option. Apparently I'm all out of wisecracks. Sorry.
Don't be. I don't know where to begin either. There's something I didn't tell you about Tama's death.
Oh?
Remember how I noticed he'd lost his badge? I went out. I told him I was going to go find it. He told me to stay. I said I'd be right back.
Okay, I'll just listen.
I walked away, Envoy. And I kept walking.
Wait, you never went back to Thirdborn at all?
Not since returning with you. Couldn't imagine anyone would be too happy to see me after everything. Now you know. Why I never went back to his house in Emerald Stair. Why I never came back to Thirdborn.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Damn, that's rough. His mentor was dying and he just left? I mean, look, on the other hand, he was gonna die no matter what you did, and you can't beat yourself up over this forever.
Don't sell me short, Envoy. I'm nothing if not tenacious. The truth is, traveling with you and Marius, getting to know Giada, it's felt easy. Too easy.
What's that mean?
I've gotten comfortable. I'm not a joiner. I'm good for a skirmish, some war stories, a few drinks, but I'm not someone you keep around.
I mean, it sounds lonely.
Better than the alternative. I let people down. I let them down when they're counting on me most.
So you messed up. Your real failing is refusing to learn from it.
Or maybe I learned plenty. I know what I am. I'm finally facing it.
You came all this way to honor Tama. Is this what you'd say if he were here?
But he's not here, and that is because of me. I'm finally owning that.
You made Tama's memory a burden. That's no way to love him or honor his sacrifice.
What? No, I didn't.
Then prove it. Talk about him the way he'd want to be remembered.
He died pulling my ass out of the fire, and I still let him face it alone. How can I remember him without remembering that?
Death says, ah yes, guilt him into being a better person. Look, if that's the only thing that works, it's the only thing that works. Kai is a good person. He's proved it time and time again. So yes, did he make a shitty decision with how he left things with Tama? Of course he did. But at the same time, he was not responsible for his death. And it's been 6 years, you know, it's time to accept responsibility, learn from it, and move on. You fucked up. Accept it and let it go so you can remember him the way he deserves. That's basically exactly what I just said.
I fucked up. I did. I let him down and he deserved better. It doesn't change anything, but it feels right to say it, like I'm putting down a weight after carrying it too long. I never realized I'd let my failure change the way I remembered him.
Then let's fix that.
One of the things I loved about Tama was how he gave us all a fresh start. No matter where we'd come from or what we'd done. I drifted to Paradise, but never thought about where I'd go from this.
What are you thinking now?
Tama always talked about the places he hoped to see. The islands of Deadfire, the tundras of Nasitok, the ancient cities of Old Valia. Maybe I ought to see some of those places for us both. As a traveler, not a soldier. Once we've stopped the Dreamscourge and dealt with the Steel Garrote.
That's a good plan. I'm glad for you.
I've got some things to sort out, but it feels good to have something to look forward to.
Alright. There you have it. Hopefully we've helped Kai find some sort of peace. Death says you guilted him into giving up his guilt. That's some mind games right there. TS says 2 negatives make a positive. It's simple math. Exactly. Alright, so those are all our quests done outside the city. So now let's go back into Thirdborn. We can return to Captain Nagunu at the Dead Swordfish Tavern in Thirdborn and figure out what the hell's going on with him and his old crew. We need to return to Kaipo with the Heart of the Leviathan. But remember, Chico warned us that Kaipo intends to use the Leviathan Heart to end his own life. And then we got a couple of bounties to turn in as well. Okay. Back to Thirdborn. Can I just teleport there, or...? No. Okay. That's alright. We can get our steps in and we'll get rid of these Zorips. Or, yeah, Dream Thrall Zorips on the way. Oh, damn. It's a big-ass beetle. Well, Marius, I hope your shoulder's feeling okay. Because we've got a beetle to fight, my guy. Great work, team. Culling the local wildlife. Alright. Let's head on into Thirdborn. I think first we'll go back to the bar and figure out what's going on with the captain and his crew, because I'm certainly perhaps the most interested about what the hell's going on there. Right, here we are.
If you're looking for the captain and his crew, they're upstairs.
Oh, thank you. She knew exactly what I was here for.
Mind taking these drinks up when you go?
Sure. I hope I don't come upstairs and find them all dead on the floor or something. No, they are alive. They are drinking. Hello. Koa's here. Taue's here. Captain.
My favorite envoy! Thank you for bringing us back together. I only regret that dear Runga couldn't join us, but she was always a shy one.
Shy is not the word I'd use.
I suppose she's rather a bit more intense.
Ruthless, I'd say.
Principled. I miss her. Oh, but I nearly forgot. Did the bartender send you up with our drinks? It's not a reunion without a toast.
The captain promised us an aged rum.
I can't have much. I get queasy.
Deliver drinks to Captain. Here they are.
Excellent, excellent. Here, envoy, a little something from my travels.
Do you think the drinks are poisoned?
May it bring fortune to your journeys too. Now, make a toast for us. Give us all something more to drink to.
To old friends and times gone by.
To old friends.
To times gone by.
I wish Rwanga were here. Just let me drink. Drink. Drink!
Yeah. The fuck, man? Well, Rwanga was right.
That was...
It's a good thing she didn't come after all.
Oh my. What's happened to Koa?
I think he's dead, boss.
Dead? Why, this is tragic.
Yeah, you sound real torn up about it there, Captain.
Allergy. It always goes straight to his head.
I'm weeping myself silly.
It was a toast to remember, envoy.
The fuck is wrong with these people?
Now.
What happened here?
We just helped the captain kill somebody. Feels great.
Yeah.
I'll never forget what you did for me here. Oathbinder bless and keep you.
No. What? We are not just pretending like this didn't happen. What the fuck?
Sure is lovely here, don't you think?
And Taue was in on it? I can't even attack him! Can I go, like, turn him into the authorities? I do not want to be complicit in this murder. when we first got this quest, I thought nothing of it. The more we talked to his crewmates, the more I thought, okay, something's up. And then we just fucking poisoned him. Did you know about this, Cynthia?
Ah, the godlike hero. You're back. Getting thirsty yet?
I can't even tell her that there was poison in the drinks. Wow. No, I can't even talk to him. This feels dumb. Like, what was I supposed to have done differently? They didn't even give me an option to, like, do anything differently or prevent that. It just... What is happening? Can I report it to the police?
Oh, you're back. What do you want?
No, all I can do is claim a bounty. Okay, this is weird. I don't know, this feels very... We got no answers. I can't follow up and do anything. I had no real options other than what I did. That was a weird quest. That feels very, unsatisfying. For every quest so far, you know, we've been given multiple options on how to resolve it. We were given no options there, given the worst outcome and just told to deal with it. Yeah. This doesn't feel like an Obsidian quest. This feels like an Ubisoft quest. I mean, so far, every quest we've done has been really good, so I guess there's always got to be one stinker, and clearly it was that one. I'm just, like... I'm trying to think back to what we could have done differently. I guess, like... We could have not recruited everyone, but I don't think we could have finished the quest unless we did. It's just... very weird. Anywho, I guess we'll never know what his grudge was against the crew members, but moving on, let's claim our bounties.
Really? Which one?
I killed the Zorup.
One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates.
I also took care of the bandit duo.
One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates.
Is he gonna say that 5 times in a row? I killed the Dreamscourge dwarf.
One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates.
I killed the Earthblight.
One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates.
And last but certainly not least, I killed Captain Togo. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates.
Oh, wait. That's everything off the board, isn't it? Good job. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go pass out.
Cool. Thanks, bro. Wow. Alright. Well, we did every single bounty in this town. We're a real bounty master. And what was it he gave us? Bracers of Bloodletting. It gives plus 10% parkour speed and hit steal plus 5% bonus bleed damage. I bet that would be really good if you were like a fast, maybe dual sword user. We've also got Ring of Prosperity's Fortune. Whoa! Your critical hit chance increases with your total wealth. So the richer you are, the higher chance you have of scoring a critical hit. That could lead to a cool build where you just hoard money the entire playthrough. Alright, cool. Well, for now, let's go take the Leviathan's heart
Did you hear about Lagoon?
up here. Wait, did you hear that? Hang on.
Someone snuck up there when he was sleeping and cut his throat.
Damn! Wonder what he did to deserve that.
I bet it was spies that got him.
Deering spies?
Did he ever tell you how they almost made him a citizen?
Did you hear that? They just got the 2 people gossiping there said that someone slit the captain's throat. It must have been the girl we met in the mines. Okay, what?
Alive with sand, sky, and cool.
Oh, what?
That's all I need.
I don't know, maybe I gotta like reload or something for him to be dead. He's still alive and well there. I don't know if something's bugged out in this quest or what. That's interesting. We heard the rumor. And yet he is standing there A-okay. I was really excited for a second because I was like, finally, we got some justice to wrap up that quest. It's gotta be a bug or something. It's very weird. Okay. Anyway. Moving on. Hi, Capo.
Godlike. Back already? Have you got the heart?
Yes. Oh, I got it all right. I'm lucky those ruins didn't get me.
You've been busy, old man. Does Chico know what you've been getting up to down there?
Ah, I'm impressed. Did you like my
Yeah, I also
design?
got excited. Him getting got would be justice. Sure feels like a bug. Yeah, hopefully, like, if I reload, he'll actually be dead, and then I'll feel a little bit better about the outcome of that whole quest. I'll say, psh, didn't even break a sweat.
Ah, come on. Throw him a bone. We had some close calls.
Huh. Well, you managed well enough. Now, the heart.
Come clean. Chico told me you want to end your life.
Damn that child to the depths! They were never supposed to know. I have the Dreamscourge. I'm starting to feel it in my bones.
That's what I figured. So it is the Dreamscourge. That's why your journal stopped making sense.
Damn your prying eyes.
Sorry.
Oh, my senses must really be going if I didn't notice you snooping around my things. I've got shakes, tremors that weren't there before. But the worst are the dreams. Sand swallowing Thirdborn. A garden, vines eating at old ruins. People say the Dreamscourge is a soul plague. I'm no fool. It's in my head, eating away at me. I saw it at the gates of Thirdborn. People go mad. They kill their kin. I don't want to hurt Chico. I'd hoped to go out quietly, but my Nakai is smart. I didn't realize they'd uncovered my plan. I want to die as myself, on my own terms.
Hasn't this place seen enough death? You gotta seize every moment you're given, old man. You owe that much to Chico. You gotta give him more of a goodbye than this.
Let the man die. Making him live with the Dreamscourge is far worse.
I brushed off the traps, but TS makes a good point. He says one of his flamethrowers did singe you pretty good. And the Kronk lever damn near caved your temple in, so you're right. One thing I just love about this game is that it's not afraid of tackling real gray issues. This is not the, do you want to kill the bad guy or do you want to join the dark side and eat cookies? You know, we've come across various dilemmas that we've had to make choices where sometimes there's no real right choice. And this is certainly one of them. This is obviously a very complex situation we find ourselves in. And everyone has their own views on this, their own opinions, and I mean, that's fine. My personal belief is that when you're suffering from a critical illness such as this, there's no cure. You know you're going to die a slow, painful death. I think it is only right that us as human beings have the dignity to go out on our own terms. And I have to agree with Marius. If there was a cure to the Dreamscourge, I would feel differently, but we know there is no cure. We might find a cure at some point, but the Dreamscourge progresses very rapidly. By the time we find a cure, you'd have to assume this guy is going to be too far gone. And so I don't think it's fair to have him sit here and suffer and lose himself, and we might not ever find a cure. So for me personally, I am going to give Capo the heart.
You earned it, Hamako.
Thank you.
The cure is shaping up to be kill Sapadol, to be honest, yeah. And then we don't know, does that just stop the Dreamscourge, like any new Dreamscourge from appearing? Like what happens to the people who already have Dreamscourge? Do we have to wait for them to die out? We don't know if there's just going to be like some mass cure that spreads across the land, you know? It's just, sometimes there is mercy in killing someone before they have to suffer, and especially if it's his own decision. It would be wrong of us to say, no, you can't do this if this is what you want to do. I'm sorry it had to come to this, but you're doing what you have to do.
Chico will mourn me, but you've saved my Nakai a greater pain than they know.
Prune the dying bud. Return to the wheel. Start again. We ponder.
Good luck. You'll need it. Here, take this. You'll have more use for it.
Alright, yep, that was a very complex decision right there.
I know you just talked to my uncle. You didn't give him the heart, did you?
I did. It wasn't our decision to make.
But how could you? You know what he's going to do with it.
I do. I'm sorry. I wish things were different, but it's still his choice.
Oh, God. I'm going to lose my uncle. And for what? His pride?
Capo is more than sick. He's Dreamscourged. He's trying to protect you.
Wait, there's Dreamscourge in town? That's a real problem. An actual, real, massive problem.
Not anymore. Not now that she's given Capo the poison he needs to kill himself.
Shit. I have to tell Temerity.
Damn you. Everything was fine until you poked your nose into it. I hope the sands swallow you and you never come back to Thirdborn again.
Okay.
They're hurting. Let's just give them some space.
I know they're hurting and they're lashing out, but I can't say it makes me feel any better. It still hurts. I'm really sorry, Chico. Like I said, if it was any other circumstance, if it was just old uncles feeling sad, like I wouldn't have allowed him to just kill himself. But when you have a terminal illness, it was his choice. Damn. Well, that was some heavy shit, wasn't it? Now, let's see what we got. We got Umpara's Spear, a superb quality spear that we can break down for parts. We can break down these things as well. We also got... Oh yeah, no, we had the Bracers of Bloodletting. We already saw on these things. Okay. So I think in terms of quests... Right, we never did find this area on the treasure map. We need to keep an eye out for that. And then the other thing we have to do is actually go back and return the Shatterscarp cartographer's notes to Sansa. So let's do that. That'll require us to do some fast travel back to Dawnshore. And then from here, we'll fast travel to the Administration District Beacon. And then we need to go up into the Administrative District. And... return the cartographer's notes to Sansa. Thank you for the hydration, Ash. Oh, and the posture check. I need that. Thank you. Ugh, I gotta uncross those legs and sit up straight. Thank you. Alright. Then, after we do that, we leveled up, so we've got some unspent ability points. Hello, Sansa. Got your notes. Unfortunately, your cartographer didn't make it. Yet again.
You're back. What have you found?
Wilfrith is dead, but at least he made good progress on Shatterscarp.
Ah, poor Wilfrith. A keen eye for botany. He loved to write about the plants he found. Please, keep searching. I'm sure the others will turn up soon.
There's others? Okay, well, while I'm here, how about those supplies you've got for sale? You got anything new? Not really. We can sell this bloodstone and then a few of these things. We've got 41,000 gold to our name now, which is nice. Starting to sense a pattern with these cartographers, yeah. Good, Ash. I'm glad to hear you're staying hydrated, and that goes for everybody, whether you're just chilling or whether you're working. Make sure you stay hydrated. It's very important. Okay, let's spend our ability point now. Where are we going to put this ability point? I think I want to put it in Fireball to get rank 3 Fireball, which reduces its cooldown by 25%. Because pairing that with our new gloves that do plus 15% fire damage, the long and short of it is the more fire spells we can cast, the better. Perfect. So we've now got a max level Fireball, which is a wizard's ultimate dream, right? And then do any of my companions have ability points? No, they don't. Okay. So, we've done all of the side quests now in Shatterscarp, except for the treasure map that we'll hopefully still find along the way, which means it's finally time for us to catch back up on the main story, Face Your Fears. So yes, I'm glad we didn't actually go and try to speak to the Archmage, because it looks like Yatsley has to be with us to do it. So I'm glad I had that gut instinct earlier when we came across the Archmage's domain. We've actually been streaming already for 3.5 hours. Time flies when you're having fun, and obviously as soon as we start the main quest here, I have a feeling we're going to kind of be locked in for quite a bit as we deal with some drama. We got to meet the Archmage, we got to meet the Steel Groat, we've got to explore the ruins. So I think now is probably a good time for us to end stream, so that when we pick up next day, we can just pick up right from the beginning of the stream and head right into the main quest. We're gonna get Yatsley to join our party, which will be fun. And yeah, so I think we'll call it a day here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get us back to Thirdborn so that next time we're all ready to go. Max level Fireball in the Hall of the Mountain King intensifies. I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast Fireball. Yes, well, we now have max level Fireball, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited to spend more time with Yatsley. We only had some brief interactions with her back in the previous areas, so for her to officially become one of our companions is gonna be really great. But yeah, we'll get into Thirdborn here now so we can save our game, and then we'll call it a day. It was another great day of Avowed. We got basically all the side quests in this entire area done, unless we stumble across some more, which we very well could. You can see there's some areas of the map we still haven't uncovered. But I think we've done a lot of exploration for this area. We've got all the bounties done, got all the side quests done. We've upgraded our armor quite a bit, and so I'm ready to charge forward with the main story. So we'll call it a day here. I'll save my game. We'll be back again next weekend with some more Avowed. I need to double check. I'm pretty sure we're back on Sunday next weekend, but let me double check before I tell you. Yes, next weekend's stream is not going to be on Saturday. It will be on Sunday. So I will see you guys next Sunday for some more Avowed, and I hope that I get to see you guys there. In the meantime, I will be back again on Monday night for Split Fiction co-op night with Rory. That's something that we started last week. We played through the first couple hours of the brand new co-op game Split Fiction, and we had so much fun. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys there on Monday for mine and Rory's Split Fiction stream. Otherwise, as I just said, I'll be back again next Sunday for some more Avowed. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. I really hope you enjoyed the stream. I had so much fun. I was saying earlier, I really needed today's stream more than usual. I had a really crappy week at work, so it was really nice to just hang out with you guys, not think about the real world for a little bit, and only think about the world of Avowed and the world of Twitch, if you will. So thank you guys so much. Like I said, I'll be back on Monday. If you do need to get caught up either on Avowed or on Split Fiction, or if you're just looking for something to watch while I'm offline, head on over to the YouTube channel. We're currently doing 2 brand new Let's Play series over there. I'm playing through Suikoden for the very first time, and I'm also playing through Xenoblade Chronicles X for the very first time. So lots of fun stuff over on the YouTube channel. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and hopefully I'll see y'all again real soon.